The gang Geester. Hope everyone's good. The gang Geester. Hope everyone is blessed, innit? Hope everyone is good. Let this bill up for a piece. True, there's no intro music, so I need to sort out what on earth I'm going to use going forward, because I thought I paid for my Streamlabs, but apparently not. So I'm not sure what happened there. Not sure what happened there. But like I said, we're just going to let it build up. Apologies. People in the building, but hope everyone's good. I'm just going to have a quick little look over what's going on the cesspool that is Sky Sports News. Now, obviously, I've come straight to the top for the football stuff. It's international break, so it's not really too much we can hope for, let's be honest. But here we got the Man United news. Fresh boost for Man United's new stadium. So if it's still there. I'm not sure that they needed to kind of build in somewhere new. I would have thought that they could have just fixed up the ground that they were on. But of course, what do I know? You know, some Man United fans are complaining. Obviously, the stadium does need sorting out, but so does the state of the team. Do you know what I mean? So does everything at the club. So, not really sure. I'm not really sure on how that's kind of being received on the whole by Man United fans and people involved in Man United. Not really sure. Not really sure what is going on with that, but there you go. There you go. I'm going to read a little article in a minute. Obviously, there's no real news, gang. That's basically what I'm trying to say. There's no real news, so we can just kind of waffle about whatever. I'm just sharing the live. Just sharing the live, man. Daily views. Like I said, there's not really much to go on about, but I thought I'd just check over the cesspool that is Sky Sports News. Big up Mike's, GVO Mike's, West Ham fan. Hope you're well, bro. Big up man like Luca Talks Ball. We will be doing Under the Lens later on, so make sure you tune into that. That's going to be 6 o'clock tonight. And then I've got 2 more shows tomorrow, Under the Lens, 4 o'clock with Tops. Big up T Chando. I can always say T Chandos, you know, but it's T Chanzo Sports. Big up Tops, T Chanzo Sports. That's Friday at 4 p.m. And then I should have Mike's GVO, West Ham fan. Probably seen him already. At I think 7 p.m. So we've got a couple shows tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled for that. So let's have a quick little look. Fresh boost for United. New stadium plans with government keen to crack on. Okay, well, that's a bit weird. Man United Stadium, UK government want to crack on with 100,000 seat venue, says Linda Nandy. Project is estimated to take 5 years to build, with the UK government keen to get going. We are not wasting any minute. So obviously, looking at this picture, it looks like it's going to be right next to Old Trafford. And when I see things like this, I just think to myself, well, surely it must have been easier to kind of fix what's already been built rather than build again new. But I'm not a builder. I've never done construction, so I'd never know. I would never ever know. Big up the one person in the building. Let me know who you are so I can big you up. And also let me know what you think of this Man United thing. Now, I'm just looking at the pictures. Like I said, I mean, it looks good. Some people were saying it looks like Butlins. You know, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But obviously, Man United, they haven't been shy with spending money over the last couple of years. I mean, this year they haven't, because they spent out in the summer last season. Then they got Amarim like mid-season. You know, we had a January, and they still got him a couple of bodies, even though the money was tight and they weren't spending loads and all the rest of it. They still got him a couple of bodies in. You know what I mean? And you know, two of them came from Arsenal. 3 bodies in. They got Dorgu, they got Chido, they got Heaven. You know, 2 of them coming from Arsenal. Not sure where Dorgu came from, but all 3 of them have been half decent. Let's be honest. Man United were going on about how good Aiden was just before he actually got injured. So let me touch some wood, because we don't want no one to be injured. And you know what I mean? If it happens, it happens though. Like, it is what it is. But it's not something that we're actively looking for. And Aiden, Heaven's only 18. Apparently he was bossing the game. So big up Heaven, man. You know what I mean? Sad to see another good prospect leave Arsenal, just like Chido. But they were right in saying that there is no first, there's no route to the first team unless you're literally like a Dowman or a Skelly or a Wanyeri. That's like, you know what I mean? Creme de la creme. I mean, look at Nathan Butler Oyedeji. He's 22 and he can never get a start, can never kick a ball. He's always on the bench. That's why I ask, is he our new mascot? Why is he always on the bench? Never getting a look in, never getting a kick of the ball, you know. And then a couple of my guests that I've asked have said basically, well, maybe he's shit. And I'm like, all right, fair play. But then if he is shit, why is he on the bench for us? Why, you know, why are we paying wages for him? And we do this a lot, gang. We definitely do this a lot with players. And you know, and I was saying to Carl, big up Carl, Gun Down UK. Make sure you go and watch the Under the Lens with Gun Down UK. That was a great show. He was actually doing most of the talking, and I ain't got no problem with that. And when we do these Under the Lens, it's not about me, it's about the person I'm bringing on. So it's basically their show on my platform. Do you know what I mean? So big up Carl, big up Gun Down UK. Make sure that you go and subscribe and show them guys some love over there. The same for Rashid at Arsenal Revolution TV. The same for Aaron Talks Arsenal, Mali Talks AFC, you know, BBK, like everyone. You know what I mean? Make sure you're going to show love across the board. But the show's up now, and I would appreciate any views and any likes. And also, if you haven't seen my Wembley blog for the Carabao Cup final, then please check that out. It's on Instagram, TikTok, and of course YouTube. Is up now. Any love that you can show on that would be appreciated. But yeah, like I said, man, for the couple of people coming in and out, let me know what you think about Man United Stadium, whether they're right to do it now, whether they should have invested in the team first, because that's what I think. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you've got a team playing as bad as they are, they always raise their game for Arsenal. We know that, but obviously we're talking about on the whole. Yeah, they're like, what, 13th, 14th in the league. I haven't checked the table. Maybe I'll do that in a minute. You know, you're all the way down there in the league, like, you know. And they've had the worst time of it. I don't think I've ever seen a United this bad in my life. And they've still won more trophies than we have in the last couple of years. Still won more trophies than we have in the last couple of years. So that's why Man United fans can still banter us. Tottenham, they're just a bit delusional, delulu, however you want to say it. Absolutely. Like, they haven't won fuck all in the last couple of years, but they've got the cheek to banter us. And the thing is, there's only so much we can say, like, yeah, you're Tottenham, blah, blah, blah. But the reason they're bantering us is obviously because, you know, we keep acting like we're about to win the league or about to win something and never bloody do. So, yeah, I understand why they banter, you know, and it does get embarrassing, man. It really does. But let me know what you think on this United Stadium. Let's have a quick little read on. The new stadium, which follows United minority shareholder Sir Jim Ratcliffe's desires to build a Wembley of the North, Jesus, will be built on club-owned land adjacent to Old Trafford, with architect Lord Foster saying it will take 5 years to complete. Speaking to Sky Sports News, blah, 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 blah. It's a moving feast at the moment. We are impatient to get the economy growing again and get projects like this off the ground. We're not wasting a minute. Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose there's that as well, especially up in Manchester. If they're providing jobs with the construction, it's 5 years of work as well. So that really could actually help the area. I didn't actually think about that. So that is a good look for the people in Manchester. People looking work. That is a very good look. I didn't think of that. I really didn't. I just think, like, my personal opinion is still, invest in your team first. Yeah, look at your team. It's the worst Man United team I've ever seen. You know what I mean? I know obviously you've managed to win a couple of cups, but still, you're not pulling up trees in the league. Your only hope is the Europa League. And if you do win that, though, you've still had a better season than Arsenal. But anyway, that's your only real hope. For me, I mean, how much is the stadium going to cost? I mean, they ain't said anything about that yet. So for me, I think, invest in your team first. Just like Arsenal, you're talking about extending the capacity and giving it a new lick of paint and bringing it up to a more modern look. Like, it's going to cost 500 million. Why are you going to do that when the team needs 500 million? The team needs 500 million. Big up my brethren, Geordie Dread. Big up Specs, Newcastle fan. I was on, or not on his show, but I was in the chat of his show. Big up Catch 22 as well. And all the guys that was on Scants and the guys that was on. And someone was basically saying, it was just there and now it's bloody gone. Yeah, I think it was actually Scants. I think it was Scants. He was saying that we need like 10 players in the summer, and Catch was like, what? And I understand what Catch is saying, but Scants, in my opinion, is kind of right, because we got rid of all those players last summer and we didn't replace anybody. Yeah, we didn't replace them Kitty Catty. You didn't replace anyone. You got Moreno, you got Calafiori, you got a shitty goalkeeper that no one wanted, and you got Meg Griffin. Again, nobody wanted. And you seem to think that was a good summer. That was a poor summer. And like Curtis Shaw always says, if you do your business right in the summer, you don't have to do any business in January. It's an emergency window. And that's why I'm so pissed off. Big up Godfrey in the building. Big yourself up, my bro. Let me know what you think about this Man United thing. Should they be announcing a new stadium plan when their team needs work? You know what I mean? But yeah, Scants was saying we need about 10 players, and I don't think he's far off. I mean, it might not be as much as 10, but it's not going to be far off, guys. It really ain't. As I've said on many a show, Kieran Tierney going for free. So not only are these players leaving, but we're not getting no money for them. And people seem to think everything at the Arsenal's fixed. It's not. But anyway, we've got Kieran Tierney going for free. We've got Jorginho going for free. We've got Partey probably going to go for free. We've got Meg Griffin and Norbert Neto going back to their respective clubs. So that's 5 players. That's 5 players. Yeah? And we've already got a squad of 19. So then that leaves us what? That leaves us 14 players, right? 14 players. You got to be confident that Zinchenko will probably go, because he's not getting any football here at the moment. I don't know how happy he is to sit on the bench when obviously you're going from 20 grand to 150 grand a week. Maybe he will be happy, but that's another potential guy going, and the same for Kivior. So that's 7 players, guys. 7. That's 7 players going. Then we're not talking about some of these loan players, right? Some of them might come back. Some of them might go. I've not been keeping up with it. I've not been following their careers, whatever they're doing out the club, because all of these players I don't think is good enough for the club anyway. Reece Nelson, he's injured, so we have to take him back. Fabi Vieira, I don't know what's going on with him. All of these loan players, bruv, just get rid of, because they're not good enough. They ain't. They just really ain't. So when Scants was saying, we might need 10 players, he really wasn't far off at all. I'm like, minimum we needed 6. What do I think Arsenal's going to get, though? 3 or 4? It's like they're doing this small squad thing by design, guys. And it's not good enough. We need a big enough squad. We need a big squad. If we're allowed to have 25 players, then we should have 25 players registered, bro. They don't all need to be world beaters, but like 19, 20 of them do. Yeah? Or at least 15 of them need to be like world beaters, and then the rest of the squad is like relatively all right. Come in, good enough to come in and do a job. That's what I think. So Scance is right. We are, talking about 500 million on the stadium. We're going to need 500 million in the summer. We really will. And then people are all confused about Declan Rice. We spent 100 million on Declan Rice for what? You're not playing him in the double pivot. People, the fan base are split on where they think he should play. He's not a 6. He's not an 8. You got Kenny calling people pork chops and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, this is on Arteta. Whether you think he's a 6 or an 8, I don't care. Play him in a double pivot. That's it. That's all you need to do. Him and Partey, him and Jorginho, him and Moreno. I don't give a shit. Double pivot. That's it. Man's just a fucking fan at home, and I know this. And these men are getting paid 15 million. Big up BBK. Yeah, we need 8-10 players for real. Yeah, we do. New stadium when your team needs hella work is great. That's what I'm trying to say. This reminds me of Arsenal. I mean, maybe it's a whole American thing again. These American owners, big up Blackheart, Tottenham Hotspur Cave. He's saying, boy, he wants them Qatari owners to come through. That's what I'm talking about. Don't bring me these American dons. And I'm sorry, American people. It ain't no disrespect. I ain't even been to America. I'd love to go there. You understand what I'm saying? But when it comes down to football and your owners, you're not here for the ball. You're not here to elevate the teams like Abramovich with Chelsea, like, what's his name? That's taken over Nottingham Forest. Do you understand what I'm saying? These American dons are not like that. They're just like the drug dealers, bro. They just want to take over the line, keep making the money, and just keep the profits flowing. They don't really care about the hood or giving out turkeys at Christmas. I say this shit all the time. They don't care about that. So I'm pretty sure, I don't know too much about this Ratcliffe guy, but I'm pretty sure they had American people at Man United before. I don't know if they still got it now. I'm not sure, bro. But building a new stadium when your squad is that dead, that makes it a bit weird for me. I mean, obviously getting your thoughts on it. It don't really make sense. It don't make sense. But at the end of the day, they've got mice and rats running around. They've got leaks going on during press conferences. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, maybe they do need it done. But to be honest, this is big Man United. Like, they'll probably do that. And then, they'll still probably give Amorim a half decent budget to go and get some players in the summer. That's what big clubs do, and they've never been scared to pay money on wages and things like that. And this is what big clubs do, people. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's always Arsenal. Oh, we got to think about this. I was watching a show yesterday, and just forgive me, people. I saw Turkish, so I clicked it. Then I realized it's on fucking AFTV, and it's Turkish sitting down with that walking Malteser that is Robbie. And I don't care what, like, Robbie, and I don't even hate the guy, but every time I look, I'm just like, bro, you're a top gooner now. You're trying to banter Turkish. You've got an agenda. Like, you need to stop all of that shit. Because at the end of the day, Robbie, you've got an agenda. You're blatantly a top gooner now. You're trying to talk to us about Dennis Bergkamp and some of these other players, and did Bergkamp needed time to adjust, and Rodri needed time to adjust, and all this other shit. And I'm like, bro, I don't give a shit, bro. I don't give a shit. Just like Turkish was saying, I don't give a shit. Like, Robbie's really out here trying to fight the argument, and then Turkish put it on him. Nah, bro, you trying to talk like last summer was a 7 out of 10, and it's closer to a -1, and then Robbie's basically coming down from 7 to 6 to 5. It's like, what's the matter with you? Like, these guys, bro. Like, Robbie's he's only a little bit off a gal. I swear to God, bro. These men are top gooners, bro. And while we've got fans like that want to pick up the mantle for the finances, all of a sudden they're accountants, all of a sudden they're shrinks and psychologists, and you understand what I'm saying? We got to understand all this shit. I don't care, and I don't want to care. It's none of my business, bro. We all support the club. Everyone wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the football side of Arsenal. You understand what I'm saying? Not the company, not IKEA. Yeah, the football team. That's why I ask all the people that come on under a lens, what was your first exposure to the team? What made you fall in love with this club? Because this ain't the club that I fell in love with. This is just the money making business now, and one that don't even have that much aspirations. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Big up Godfrey again. I'm hearing Berta wants Bruno G to join alongside Zubimendi. Do you think we get a top striker if that happens? Good question, bro. I mean, look, obviously what I saw of Zubimendi against Man United, I wasn't impressed, bro. I'm not saying he's a rubbish player. He's short. He don't strike me as a kind of a powerful guy. Like, I don't know if the Premier League's going to be for him. But if we are going in for Zubimendi, all right, cool. We should have just done that last summer, though. All of this, you know, and Robbie was saying this. I'll go back to this quickly because some of the shit that this guy says pisses me off, you know. Oh, mate, you know, then you've actually got offered the money and then the club's go, you know, are they going to be open to selling them? What do you think this is, bro? This ain't blind date. This ain't blind date. If you want the player, slap your balls on the table, put your fucking money down and go and get him. It's as simple as that. Oh, the other team don't want to sell. Who gives a shit about the other team, bro? We're trying to take someone off them. That's what I'm trying to say. Full of excuses. Full of excuses. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. It's the money. It's the A. I don't want to hear none of that, bro. Yeah? January emergency transfer window. I can hear that. I understand that. We was in an emergency, people. We was fully in an emergency. Please don't ever think we weren't. All of our fucking forward players. And then when I hear these top gooners, Christian and all these mugs that go on to Dan Potts and all that, like I feel like these men are just how they are, just to be how they are. Like football is their hobby. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you're dissing them. It's like them people that collect stamps or go and bird watch or train watch. You can't diss their hobby, you know. And that's basically what it is. I don't know if we'll get a top striker, my guy. Just going back to your question, Godfrey, you know, I think Arteta's allergic to top strikers. Would he even be able to coach a top striker? You'd think with Berta coming in that we would be getting nothing but top guys coming through the door now. Great point that Northside made. Everyone's so happy that Berta's coming in. Why? Because he's got experience. Yeah? Yeah? Because he's got know-how. Because he's a big man in the game. Not none of this novice stuff. But when it's your manager, you're quite happy for him to know fuck all about nothing, bro. That was the best point I think I've heard, you know, over the fucking last couple of days. Yeah? Everyone's getting gassed over Berta. Why? Because he's got the know-how. Because you get me, because he's got experience, because you know what I'm saying, because he's got qualifications. They're looking at all the transfers in and out, yeah, and you're bigging it up because of the experience and the knowledge and everything that goes along. So then why with our manager, a complete novice, no one can talk down on Arteta though, innit? Complete novice, but he's got a cult-like following at the club, you know. It's ridiculous, but do I think it was time to sign up? I'm not sure, bro. I really ain't sure. Berta coming in doesn't change that for me. You know, I've been saying it on a few shows. I hope that he comes in like the Godfather and fucks it up. You know what I'm saying? And puts it all over everyone. But I can't remember who made the point, but they've said, you know, Arteta's won all of his battles at the club, bro. That Vinay guy left, Edu left. I'm sure he didn't want to leave. You know, Arteta's gone from a coach to the full-fledged manager. Arteta's come out and said he has the final say on transfers. Then you've got Nathan, people like that, the top gooners. That was in 2019. What do you think's going to have changed, bro? You think his power's going to go from up here to getting less and less and less? If he said that in 2019 and we've so-called challenged twice, because this year is not a challenge. I don't care what no one says, but whatever kind of rhetoric you want to go for, right? You know, what his power's gonna have been dwindling over that time. It's not gonna have got more and more and more. He's got more money, he's got a new contract, he's gone from head coach to manager, and you think his power's gonna have gone down? This guy that they were high-fiving when they got rid of Aubameyang, are you nuts? Talking about toxic players. Now we've got a bunch of chihuahuas. They're too soft. There's nothing in them. I'd rather have the toxic players if they've got a backbone. I'd rather have the toxic players if they've actually got fucking something about them, some skill, some, you know what I'm saying, some quality, rather than taking half decent, soft hair flick boys that don't do nothing, that hide in games. You know. So going back to your question, Godfrey, I'm not sure, bro. It's literally 50-50. You'd think so. With someone like Berta coming in, with the whole world knowing that we need a striker, you really would think that we'll actually finally get one in. But how many windows has Arteta had to get a striker, bro? He's been here 5.5 years. 30 plus players. 30 plus players. And this window again coming up this summer, that everyone seems to be war chest, this, that, and that. War chest, bro. I keep saying it. Man City spent our war chest in January, bro. That's not a war chest. Chelsea spent 1 billion, 1.5, whatever you want to say, last summer. People are going on about us, oh, we nearly spent 1 billion over 5 years. All right, cool. But when you break that down year by year, it's not that much, innit? It's not like we spent 1 billion just last season. But even still, this is meant to be our war chest, and I don't think it's going to be enough. And then you got to question the talent ID, you know, because every other team in the Premier League has got players that we would take at Arsenal: Semenyo, Elanga, fucking Morgan Gibbs White, you know, Wood, fucking Isak, a Gordon, a Bruno G, a Joel Linton. Like, everyone's got someone, bro. Even if you go to Ipswich, they got that guy that used to play for us, right? They got Delap, right? There's players that you'd take from near enough every team, but would players take would any teams take our forward players? I very much doubt it, bro. I very much doubt it. But yeah, it's 50-50, Godfrey, my guy. I mean, we need a striker. Like I said, bro, you know, we all want Gyökeres, we all want Isak. You know, you might want a Lookman or an Openda or a Lautaro Martinez or Morata and all of these players that Osherman would come and do a job, yeah? And then we're going to end up with this fucking dickhead. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not even going to mention his name. We're going to end up with that Don. And then you think Arteta ain't got power. What I'm slightly hoping is that, because I've also heard that Berta had a meeting with some of the Kroenkes representatives, and Arteta and that weren't there. So that's what I'm hoping on, gang. I am hoping on that, you know, the owners are like, all right, cool. Maybe we ain't going to give this guy money in January because he's wasted it, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, all right, cool. I understand that with the owners. But at the same time, I'm like, all right, but you've seen that we're in second place. You know, in January, I think we were still in the competitions and everything. If you just made an effort to get some players across the line, just to help him get from now to the end of the season, then we could have a little bit more chest. We might have still been in the Carabao or even the FA. Do you understand what I'm saying? We can have a little bit more belief going into the Champions League games. But now, of course, I ain't got no fucking belief. We got Real Madrid and being seeded don't even count. We're playing the first leg at the Emirates. And people think that we're going to go through. Of course, there's a small, muy poquito, small chance, because it's football. Just like there's a small chance you can win the lottery. But is it likely? Hell no. Hell no. But anyway, Chancellor, Business Secretary, and I have been in discussions, and we're really keen to crack on. Manchester United have to make their own plans and satisfy their own investors. What we have to do as a government is to maximize benefits to projects like these for the communities they serve. Yeah, no, that's going to be good in terms of the work, but it does look like it looks like a festival tent. I don't like that color; it looks horrible, you know. And I just think you're going to do. How much is this going to cost? You know, when your team is leaking, you know, like that. Your team is leaking. Like, this guy looks as red as the pitch, bro. I don't know who this is, but listen. No one's saying don't improve, but when you've got a team like you've got, let me just come back. When you've got a team like you've got, then, you know, you can't be investing in the stadium when your team is shit like that. Big up Godfrey, Qatari owners or Saudis are the way to go. Yeah, no, of course, because you know why? They know, even with the Saudi Pro League, bro, you want quality, you pay for it. That's why they're buying everyone out. You understand? That's why they're paying big wages and getting everyone over. Just like when Man City got taken over, just like when Chelsea got taken over. They actually got taken over by good owners. People want to jump on them for where they got their money and all the rest of it. That's here nor there. If they've been allowed by the government to buy the club, then what does it matter to us where they get the money from and all that shit? However, you know, when someone comes to take over your club, what are you more worried about? Are they going to spend the money? Are they going to then push us on as a club? And you can't say Chelsea and Man City ain't been pushed on, bro. But these American dons, KSC, FSG, Clear Lake, or whatever they're called, Glazers, no good. No good. They do not care about football like that. They only care about the business. But let's move on. Robbie is doing this to make sure his pockets are full. Yep, keeping close relations with the club. Bro, the guy's a millionaire from YouTube, innit? And I ain't going to knock nobody for their hustle. I ain't going to knock no one for their hustle. But there's plenty of examples of people, Turkish, Dan Potts, Curtis Shaw, Northside, myself, Lee Gunner. There's loads of people that can represent this club without losing their integrity, innit? Do you understand what I'm saying? There's loads of people that are still fans of this club. So even though they might make a little bit of money, even though they're doing YouTube and trying to turn that into a job and all that shit, you know, they're still being integral. There's still integrity there. Yeah? There's still integrity. They want the club to do well, but we're not scared to criticize it. If you love something, you let it go. If your son or daughter comes second or third in a race, what are you going to say? It's only about the participation? Or are you going to say, what are you going to do better next year? Because I know what I'm going to say. And all the things that Arteta was saying, because I never believed in this guy. Then I started to believe in him. And now you've gone full circle. You've done a Robbie Lyle and you're just a corporate man now for the 15 million a year. 100%. 100%. Big up Catch 22 London, my brother. He was sitting there saying, oh, I don't really blame Arteta because he was saying he wanted someone in January and the club never went and done it, bro. I'm just going to say in it, I think that's pretty naive because this guy has got all the power. He has got all the power. I'm sorry. He has the final say on transfers. If no one came through that door in January, half of that blame is definitely on Arteta. 100%. Not a loan, not nothing. Obligation to buy nothing. So I don't agree with that, innit? I don't agree with that. Like, he is to blame. The whole club, they're all to blame from top to bottom this year. They're all to blame. For as bad as we've been playing this season, and we have been playing shit, games like Man City, Sporting, PSV, they are the anomaly. That's not a normal procedure. That's the anomaly. Normal procedure is how we played against United, how we played against fucking Chelsea. That's normal procedure, bro. That's the facts. And we've been playing like that all season. We've got terribly worse since 22-23, and we ain't getting any better. And people are still like, give him another year. Let's move the goalposts. I'm not moving the goalposts. The only thing I'm not moving the goalposts, but I know we ain't going because he just had the new contract. That's why I've kind of stopped with all the Arteta out. Because what is it? I mean, everyone needs to see it, and the top gooners definitely need to see it. Oh, let's give him another season. The goalposts are always moving with these guys, bro, and it makes me sick. It really does. We got Godfrey. I saw a comment from AFC Always on Abs's channel. He said even if we did sign Isaac, he would play him left wing. Havertz, Silvestre. Yeah, there's a chance he might do that as well because this is what Arteta does. You know, square pegs, round holes. You're buying centre backs to play at fullback. You're putting midfielders. You know, just because he's got a left foot and he can invert, all of a sudden he's our new left back. You know, you're playing a CDM up front when you've got a youngster. Well, he's not young. He's 22. You've got a striker on the bench who identifies as a striker, and you're not playing him. Is Oyadeji the new mascot? You know that? What's his name? You know the mascot dressing the dinosaur thing. Maybe we need to get that for Butler Oyadeji because he's not a football player, is he? He's just like the mascot. Why is he on the bench every week? I don't understand. I just don't. But there you go. We got Godfrey again. This window is Arteta's last chance. If there's no top striker, everyone will lose it. It shouldn't have taken multiple windows to replace Aubameyang on the dresser. Yeah, well, it has. It's taken multiple windows, bro. Multiple windows. Over 30 odd players. Not even 10 of them. I think it's a success. And all this one more. I don't even want him to get it. I know I can't change it, but I don't even want to hear this. In my mind, you ain't got one more. In my mind, you're done. You're done. And now this is like slavery. This is like dictatorship. We have to put up with this guy until someone grows a backbone at the club and sacks him, or until he walks away himself. But in my mind, you're done. It ain't no 1 year. Fuck all of that. You're done, bro. You're done. And the only way that you're going to even get to stay another year in my eyes is if you win something. And it still don't mean that I love you, bro. You're just the manager of my club. I love Arsenal. I don't love Arteta. I don't love the Cronkies. People need to realize that shit. People need to realize that shit. Oh, just support no matter what. What am I, a dickhead, a follower, bro, a slave? I don't support nothing no matter what. What are you talking about? You know? I don't support nothing no matter what. Yeah, as long as you got logic, then I'll listen to your argument. If you ain't got no logic and just chatting shit, then what's the argument? You know, Christian, that dickhead that went, I don't care, bro. That dickhead that went on Dan's show. He's like, he's coming on. You know, when you hear these things, I just want to lamp these guys, bro. Man's talking about, oh, I was just listening to the show before I came on, and if I closed my eyes, you would have thought you were listening to Spurs fans. Like, fuck, where do we get these people from, bro? Just want to dunk his head in the toilet, you know, with bare diarrhea in it, bare like fucking corn in the shit. Just dump his whole head in there, bruv, and just don't even let him up. You absolute numpty, bro. I thought I was listening to Spurs fans. Like, why would anyone who's upset with Arsenal want to go and support that fucking shit show down the road? Who's worse than us? This is the kind of shit that we get. This is the kind of shit. Go and support Spurs, then why? Because I'm not a slave. because I'm not a cult member, a religious fanatic. It's the Champions League or nothing, and we know how we move in Europe, bro. Everyone trying to put their eggs in our. I don't care about the league. It's yeah, but it's done. It's done already. Yeah, I was sitting there telling you the story about Arsenal. Sorry, about Liverpool and Newcastle. Newcastle paid for their final flags for the Carabao Cup. Liverpool didn't. Cheapskates, FSG, American owners. You get me? And then we got told that Arsenal weren't going to be paying out for jobs. And I'm just like, typical, innit? Always trying to save a buck without spending a buck. But at the same time, the business acumen at Arsenal is like Ronald McDonald, bro. We're still overpaying on wages. And that makes me ask the question, have we not got any pull anymore? Because we're still overpaying on wages. We're still letting players run down their contracts. We still ain't getting the money that we need for players that we're selling. That's what I'm hoping Berta sorts out. That's what I'm hoping he sorts out for us. And it's a hope. It's not, I'm not confident with it. I'm just hoping. Oh yeah, I think I read that one. Big up Godfrey. You know? But then I found out Arsenal are paying for the scarves against Real Madrid. And I'm like, you know why? That's because the Arsenal know this is our final, guys. This is our final. And the amount of effort it's going to take us to get past Madrid, I think even if we was to get past Madrid on the smallest of hopes, even if we was, I don't think we're going to have the energy to go on in the competition. I definitely don't want to see Saka play. That's another argument that Arsenal fans are having at the moment. You know, for a little bit of joy now, which we might not even get because we don't know how he's going to come back. You know, he might not even be back next season if we rush him into the ground again this season. Don't do it. Don't play him. I don't care. Like, you should have bought in January then. Why leave yourself so desperate? Even if it weren't a winger, striker, even if it weren't a striker, a couple of wingers, midfielder. We're going to have to buy another goalkeeper again in the summer. And I wouldn't be surprised if this dickhead buys another defender. Like every window, he has to buy a goalkeeper and defender. You see what I'm saying? So it's actually dire, bruv. Kieran Dyer, when you look at it. But Arsenal are paying for the flags, gang. They are. For the Real Madrid game. And like I said, it's probably because, you know, the club know that this is our final. There's a very, very small chance that we're going to be going through. You know, like I said, just like winning the lottery, that's the kind of chances that we've got of going through over 2 legs against Madrid. That's just the facts. Big up Tony saying, "Oh, I don't want to go into it with a defeatist attitude." All right, cool, but you don't put that on the fans, bro. If you gave this, if you know, just like when Arteta and all that's doing that for the crowd, give us something to cheer about. The crowd's just not going to be silent on it on its own because it don't want to cheer. Do you know what I'm saying? Give us something to be happy about and you'll get all the fucking support that you want. It's that simple. Let's have a little look around anyway. I just had a little look at the Man United stadium stuff. Chelsea just doing what they do, still spending. They spent 1.5 apparently last season, but they're still spending. Sporting announced Chelsea's double deal for Kuenda and Esugo. Let's have a quick little look at that. I don't know who any of them are, if I'm going to be honest. Giovanni Kuenda was of interest in Man United, okay, before Chelsea moved quickly to seal the transfer. Yeah, he's not going to want to really go to United, I don't think. Teenage winger who is set to move to Stamford Bridge in 2026. What the fuck are they doing? While Dario Esugo will head to Stamford Bridge this summer after impressing on loan in Spain. See, this is what I don't understand. I feel like, I mean, Chelsea's not scared to spend money, but I feel like they've been really wasting their money. I don't know what you guys think of it. It's more youngsters again. They're coming next year and the year after that. You know, I'm not too sure. I'm not. It's a bit silly, isn't it? It's a bit silly in my humble opinion. Big up Godfrey says, apparently if you reach the semis, you get 100 mil. What, in the Champions League? That's probably their target. Rather than win the motherfucker, rather than win the cup and getting everyone off your back, the club's probably looking at it like, yeah, if you get to the semis, look at that. But this is just around the 16. What's the next one? The quarters, bro. Maybe that's why they're paying. And apparently, Arsenal's doing the whole stadium as well. It ain't even half a stadium. The whole 60,000. So that's going to be another 2-3 days job. 2-3 days job. Yeah, I see man's in the building. You man doing that mad argument yesterday in my chat while I was on show with a guest, bro. I'm not exactly happy about that whatsoever. Like I said, man can argue like little bits of fucking niggling and shit between each other as long as it's respectful, but you're out here offering people out. I'm not feeling that whatsoever, my bro. So that really needs to stop. I was this close from saying fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Big up AFC always. Yeah, there was no need for any of that. But obviously my man messaged me and apologized. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to see none of that shit again, bruv. None of that shit again. Especially when I'm on with the guest and you're coming into the chat just to try and argue and try and offer people out. Dickhead thing, bruv. Didn't appreciate that whatsoever. How many more youngsters from Chelsea? Bro, this is what I'm saying, bro. Let me just have a quick little thing over it. This, and then they're not even for now. Well, I suppose one of them's for the summer and one of them's for the year after. But how many more youngsters do they want? You know, Asugo, a 20-year-old defensive midfielder currently on loan with Las Palmas, set to cost 18.5 million. Fucking hell. Can't even say that's a good deal. I don't know nothing about the guy. Cuenda, who has played as a winger and left back for Sporting, is expected to sign a 7-year deal. 7-year deal? What's going on with these fucking... What is going on with these bloody death row contracts that Chelsea are giving out? What is going on for this unresponsive page as well? Okay. We'll just come out of that then. Fuck it. But yeah, Chelsea. But you know, again, whether you think it's good or bad, I mean, like, even last year in the summer, you know, they were buying out the bar. They were doing this, they were doing that. And while people were like, oh, look, they're just throwing shit at the wall, some of it stuck in it. Look at the start of the season that they had. You can't say that some of it didn't stick. Everyone would have bit your arm off for Pedro Neto. Everyone would have bit your arm off for Jadon Sancho rather than Meg Griffin. Hold on a minute. That's not true. So you're just here back to argue with people again, Nathan? Is that what we're doing? Back to... Yeah, well, obviously, I don't know if you appreciated that, though, did you, bro? Because you've come in to start arguments. Like, I'm really... Anyway, I just got to think about what I'm even going to do, bro, because I didn't appreciate that whatsoever, bro. I'm going to be terribly honest with you. Asking man come Fulham and all them things there. I'm not far from there, bro. I'm in Northwest, bro. I didn't appreciate that one bit, in it. One bit. Transfer news, Isaac. No point talking about that. I mean, like I said, it's just, I feel like it's just to sell papers at this point. Man City hand Bompastor first loss, or is that, oh, that's the women's. To be honest with you, I don't really care how it sounds, but I don't really care about the women's game. From academy midfielder to England left back, yep, Lewis Skelly, but he's getting a load of shit in it. Is it a colour thing? He's getting a load of shit at the moment. I don't want him to change his attitude. I don't want him to change anything, can it? Yeah, obviously he needs to get in a bit more control because he can be rash. We understand that, but I don't want him to change his attitude. I don't want him to change his game. Just want him to get in control a little bit more. Then they're talking about why Tuchel gave Henderson shock recall. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I don't feel like he should have been in the team. You know, Morgan Gibbs White only got into it because I think someone was injured. You know, this guy's 34. He's playing at Ajax. Like, what is he really going to bring to the team? Then they're talking about, look, he got criticism for moving to the Middle East after previously being seen as an ambassador for the rainbow community. Yeah, that's a bit wild, isn't it? Fuck this anyway. Let me stop sharing that. There's not really too much going on there, if I'm going to be honest. Stuff that I've seen a couple of days ago as well. So obviously trying to go around the news, nothing. Chelsea spending money as usual, you know, but then Arsenal can't spend any money, no. Arsenal's always broke. Even though you've seen the figures, even though you've seen that we make so much money, but nope. And now Berta's going to come and watch, bro. Goalkeeper. I wouldn't be surprised if goalkeeper and defenders weren't the first fucking signings that come through the door. When everyone and their nan knows we need a striker. But no. You're on one again, bro. Honestly, I'm just still thinking about what I'm even gonna do. Do you know the amount I saw from the AFC, bruv? Oh, I see. I'll let you like carry on with that. But yeah, Nathan, definitely not happy with how you was carrying on yesterday in the slightest, didn't it? Big up 4-0 down. Hope you're well today. Bro, if they're then I'm checking out instantly. Big up Viewz in the chat. Yeah, big yourself up, my bro. What's that in relation to, my bro? You know, I kind of go around the houses a little bit. If they're there, then I'm checking out instantly. Who are we talking about? Players? Sorry, bro. I'm kind of lost at the minute if I've lost that one, so I do apologize. But yeah, you know, to your Berta comment. Oh, okay. Yep. Fair play, and that's what I'm saying. So some Arsenal fans are saying, you know, Berta's coming in. He's going to shake up the whole club. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. Which obviously I'm hoping for. But then other Arsenal fans have just been like, look, Arteta ain't lost the battle. Edu's not here. Vinay ain't here. He's gone from head coach to the manager. Gone from 9 million to 15. You see what I'm saying? Like every battle that this guy's had, he's won. He's still here at the club. People seem to think he ain't got the power. Nathan is in the building, tried to say, oh, he said that in 2019 about he has the final say. So all of a sudden his power's going to get less and less and less. I don't think so. It's gone up and up and up. And other people that's had anything to say about Arteta and about the business, they are no longer at the club. That is the facts. That's what we can all see. You know, so I'm hoping that Berta don't come in as a yes man. If he does, then more fool him. If he comes in as a yes man, then more fool him, innit? And big up Lee Guna. Who was he on with? Monts, and was it on Never a Foul? I think it was on Never a Foul. Big up Never a Foul, guys. He was saying, boy, you see, like if Gabriel, and we'll talk about this now, Gabriel obviously having interest from Saudi. What do you guys think about that? Should we sell him? Obviously, Saliba's had interest from Madrid. So should we sell him? You know, Gabriel, Saliba, Saka, I think even Odegaard, all of these players are coming up like to the 2-year mark where they're going to need renewing on their contracts. Do you think Arsenal's got enough pull to renew their contracts? Not even just that, but then what do you think of these players like a Saka, for instance? If he renews at Arsenal, then don't you think he's a bit of a loser? Because I heard that from Guna Lee. And I was thinking about it like, wow. I was saying the same for Ethan. Remember when Odegaard was out and I'm screaming for Ethan to come in and play 10? And Arteta's just doing everything but playing him there? That's what I was saying to these guys. Get out. AFC made that comment. He's made it on a few different streams. Even if we was to get Isaac, this guy will probably play him out on the left. Just like what he did with it. He doesn't know what to do with world-class players. And this system that he's got puts the shackles on. The system puts the shackles on and asks them to play in a different way. 70% recovery runs. And then you wonder why it's Toby Carvery with the hamstrings. And the team are now a reflection of Arteta. Everyone's like, wouldn't you rather be entertained? This is not entertaining. Even Nathan, bruv, this is not entertaining. That game against Chelsea, that is not entertaining. People were falling asleep. It felt like I was pulling teeth trying to watch that game. This is not good football. And that is the facts. Man said, I'll be a good boy now, bro. Like real rap, not even trying to mug it off or nothing like that. You know me, bro. It's only racism, things like that I don't like in the chat. But especially when I got guests on, can't be out here offering people out, bro. I just think it's a disrespect, to be honest. Big up 4-0 down. I can't do this hella defenders and goalkeeper tip. Bro, we're gonna get another goal. We have to, because we got Norbert and he's going. You know, that was a bad signing anyway. Cup tied. You know, he's literally played once, innit? Why didn't he come on against PSV? Not to say I wanted to see him play. I didn't want to see him play, but what I'm saying is I wanted to see wholesale changes. Why didn't he come on against PSV Neto? You know, so he's going to be going. So we're guaranteed. And then not just that, we've got Raya, who's going to be our main goalkeeper. So go and buy some cheap young guy to warm the bench. You're going to go and buy some guy that's like 30 million. Garcia or whatever his name is. This guy apparently is about 30 million. again, what are we doing with our money in the summer that we're going to need to spend a lot of money, guys? Like, please realize that. Reading yesterday, Berta was the Donny who paid silly money for Felix. Well, I mean, you don't get it all right. No one's perfect. You know, you don't get it all right, but you've got to look at the history of what he's done. You've got to look at all of the business. You've got to look at the money that he's made, the quick flips that he's made, you know, letting players go, but they've still got 50% of the sell on and things like that. He doesn't strike me as a bad businessman. That's why everyone was getting happy that he's coming in. Because he's a good businessman, because he's got experience, because he's a world-class sporting director. So why don't you want that for your manager? That's my first question. And then my second question is he going to be a yes man, or is he really coming in to shake things up? Obviously, the latter is what I'm hoping for. The latter is what I am hoping for. Give me a second, guys. Let me get to these comments. Go up, go up, go up, you little bastards. Sorry, won't be a minute, gang. It's not going up for me. But that's where I'm at, guys, you know, and obviously he's gonna get another year. Like that goes without saying. He's gonna get another year. We know he's gonna be here. He's just signed the contract. I don't know what is going on for Streamlabs. Why can't I go up? There we go. There we go. There we go. So I'm just getting back to the Godfrey Nathan, having their little bicker about what you get for the semi-finals. Or does anyone actually know what you do get for the semi-finals? Do we actually know that? Checking out instantly. Berta comments. Yeah, okay. So we got that from 4-0 down. Big up. Having a mare with these comments today. Get to the bottom, mate. Get to the bottom. Then we'll try and go up. Like a hashtag, don't know what that's about, mate. Pray for Martinelli in the final third. Big up Tony Claude Gunner, my bro. Hope you're well. Make sure you all go and subscribe to Tony. Doing lots of shows. I'm pretty sure you've all seen him already on YouTube. So make sure you go and show my brother some love. And yeah, message me, bro. Obviously, I've got Under the Lens, so I'd like to get you on that. Viewz not bad if we go for a competitive backup goalkeeper to push Raya. In fact, on the contrary, that's what we lack across the team, lack of competitive backups. And yeah, just with the goalkeeper, I just don't think they're going to have a look in. I think that you're very right, bro. That rings true for every other position, but with the goalkeeper, I just don't. I know Liverpool's got Becker and Kelleher or whatever, but I just think Kelleher's just rotting on the bench, if I'm being honest. Like, he could clearly be a number one somewhere else. And the amount of money we spent on goalkeepers and defenders, I'm tired of spending money on it, bro. I'm going to be honest. You know, what we spent on Calafiori and Moreno would have got us Jokeres, bro. Would have got us Osherman. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. So I understand the context, like, oh, we need competition. And you're right. We do need competition in most positions, but I don't think goalkeeper's one of them. If I'm just being totally honest, you know, Odegaard needs competition, Saka, they can't, you know, players like that, Trossard and Martinelli, 100%. So in all the other positions, I totally agree, my guy. But with goalkeeper, not personally. And purely because we've just spent so much bloody money on defenders and goalkeepers, I'm just like, oh, get me a striker, please. Can you get me a midfielder? Can, you know, not a defensive one either. Can you get me a couple of wingers, please? But no. I hear what you're saying. There is context that applies to everything. But me personally, Tony, I think the goalkeeper's a position that it's not too bad for. Do you know what I mean? It's not too bad for. Viewz, you know, I tell you when the Emirates is going off. Well, Chelsea again, embarrassing. Dead of a dodo. Yeah, no, listen, but then do you know what, Nathan? Obviously, you know that I don't go regular anymore. I was hearing that Fofana was getting racial abuse from the Arsenal guy. Were you there? Were you at the game? That's one thing I don't fuck with, bro. You see all of the shit that Saka got, that Miles Lewis Skelly's getting, and I don't care what no one says. It's blatantly because he's black, innit? He's young, he's black, he's got a bit of an attitude, and now people are getting onto him like he's fucking Tupac or something, like he's rolling around with guns and knives because he's black. I've seen Foden do gun signs, I've seen bare other people do stuff, and no one says a word. Haaland can throw the ball in Gabriel's head, everyone laughs at that. But my man sits down and does one celebration. Saka misses a penalty for England, and the whole of England are calling him all sorts of names, bro. Let's be honest. And yet the Arsenal fan, and the thing is, Chelsea fans are racist as well. Spurs fans, I've seen it all. I've heard it all. But when I see that from my club, I'm not gonna back down and not say, oh no, that ain't true. That was true, bro, and that's disgusting. So any of the Arsenal faithful that were there being racist, suck your mum in it. Suck your dead nan through a straw. Dig her up and suck her. How about that? That's what I'm saying. Racism is one thing that I don't deal with, man, at all, in it. Yeah, and even though Fofana definitely was being naughty, definitely he should have been sent off, in my opinion. Just like Kanate, he's been getting away with loads this year, but I'm not going to be on this racism thing, bro. I'll just call you a cunt. It don't matter if you're purple or black or green. If you're a cunt, you're a cunt, innit? How about that? But yeah, definitely didn't like that whatsoever. But yeah, big up Godfrey, man. And you know what, yeah? I mean, this is what I want to get you guys' ideas before I get out of here. I want to get you guys' thoughts on the Madrid game and how you think we're going to set up, yeah? Big up Gun Down UK, big up Carl. He was on yesterday and he was saying that he played Martinelli on the left, which I don't think is bad at all. But me personally, I was thinking I need to see him through the middle, because I need Real Madrid to be scared of the pace, because that's all we've got. We know that Martinelli can't hit a barn door. As Godfrey said, pray for him in the final third. Yeah, that offside chance that he had, he kicked it off for a throw on. Do you know what I'm saying? Right in front of goal. So, you know, that's where I'm at, guys. So, but at the same time, instead of him just playing on the wing and running it out of play, he might be able to run it into the goal if he's through the middle. I'm just saying, innit? For me, we need something to keep them honest. Otherwise, they're going to push up high. We're going to be fully under the cosh. Just my humble thoughts in it. But I'd like to get your thoughts on it. Gangista. Again, the comments are coming in thick and fast, so I do appreciate that. But I'm having a mare trying to scroll up and down. Streamlabs is going on mad. Big up Tony Claude Gunner again. Make sure you guys are all subscribing to my bro, man. We're definitely going to get a show in again soon. He's saying big up Nathan and Godfrey Legends in the chat. Smash the likes, people. Yeah, man, definitely. Listen to my broski. Smash the likes. Big up Nathan, but of course it goes on. Unfortunately, that's live. No, it is, but I don't want to be hearing all this, because the amount of abuse that Saka gets and some of the other players get if they miss a penalty or any of that other crap. And then, do you know what I mean? Like, Fofana's playing a bit of a rough game, and then our fans start with all the racist shit, bro. Fuck that, bro. You know what I mean? You would have thought that our club, you know, wouldn't be like that with the whole black French contingency and all of the players we've had in over the years, you know. 50 million in the semis. Okay, fair play. We got 4-0 down. My nursery class had so many backgrounds and cultures, it's impossible. Yeah, bro. I'm a Four Seasons pizza. My dad's Italian, Irish. My mum's Antiguan, Jamaican in the Caribbean. Obviously, my dad's not here no more. I'm a Four Seasons pizza, a quarter of everything. I'm a man of the world. Yeah? And variety is the spice of life. I don't have a type. You see what I'm saying? I don't care if you're purple, if you got bee stings and a big back off. Like, I'm hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a man of the world. I want to travel. I've traveled loads of places. I still want to go more. You know, I keep saying it. Why are we not seeing Pakistani or Bangladeshi Premier League players, bro? Where they at? Because I know a million of them that are sick, better than a lot of people on the road. The only Asians we get are from like China and that. Do you know what I mean? The Korea, things like that. I'm just saying, man. Just saying. Big up Godfrey's, big up Eros and Pac-Man. What, the guys are in the building, yeah? Big up Eros, big up Pac-Man each and every time. I haven't come across the comment yet. I'm slyly struggling today with StreamYard, man. It's not letting me go up and down, so I do apologize, people. Trossard, Martinelli, Wanyeri. Big up Godfrey. Yeah. And I don't even want to play Trossard. I think he's been stinky, apart from the PSV game. I think he's been rubbish. I don't even think he's got the pace, but I would still play him because I want Martinelli, for me, through the middle. Through the middle. I still play Ranieri on the right, and a few people have made a couple of good points. They still feel like he's better in the middle, but I personally think it's too congested in the middle for Ranieri at this stage in his career. And I think if he does, especially playing at a big pitch like the Bernabeu, if he's out on the right, I think he'll get to isolate people a lot more. So for me personally, I'd play him on the right, Kung Fu Panda on the left, and Gary Elliott through the middle. Big up Godfrey again. Italy versus Germany thoughts. Wow, what is that? When is that? Is that this weekend? Do you know what? I've not even been locked in. Where it's been international break and football's dead. Like, we're not playing for over 2 weeks. And then we've got what? I think we've even got, have we got Fulham and Everton before we even play Madrid? So that's something I wanted to ask you as well, just so I can get used lots feel, yeah? Because I wouldn't play Saka at all. But what do you man say about Madrid and Saka? Because even that Christian guy, as much as I don't agree with him, he was saying on Dan Potts' show that I think we play Everton and Fulham before the Madrid game. And they're looking at it like they'll give Saka some minutes to try and build him up for that get. For me personally, the kind of tear that it was, I wouldn't. I'm sorry. But I do want to know what you guys think and what you guys feel about it. Yeah, big up Godfrey's, put in the Tony Claw Gunners link in the chat. Make sure you all go and click that for me, guys. Yeah, show some love. Obviously, he's way bigger than what we are. Like, I'm just barely over 300. But I don't know what your next milestone is, my bro. 3,000? Let's get Tony to 3,000. Let's get me to 400, man. 8 of you in the building. Please like the video. It's the least that you can do, even if you disagree with my shit. Subscribe as well. It's free. And if you do subscribe, then you know I'm going to subscribe straight back. Ask anyone that subscribe right now. I subscribe straight back. Big up Gershon as well. I didn't even I thought that was Godfrey. My bad. Obviously, I'm smoking. Make sure you go and subscribe to Gershon as well. I'm pretty sure he does his own channel. Big him up. So he's in the group as well. So big up Gershon each and every time, man. Big up Nathan. Saka missing the pen. That was Bolton, Doncaster, Oxford, etc. fans. Hence why I've never supported England. I refuse to stand side by side with rivals. Oh, okay. Okay, I've never heard that argument before, you know. I mean, if you said I refuse to stand side by side with racists, I'd say fair enough. But rivals, like, we know, obviously, you know, the team's made up of rivals. They're all made up from other teams, aren't they? But I've never actually thought of it like that before. That's actually quite good. So so Godfrey, Gershom, whoever might be still in the building, Tony, E. Ross, Pac-Man, big up Pac-Man, big up E. Ross. What do you think of that? I've never heard that argument before. I don't want to stand side by side with rivals. Wow. I like that, Nathan. I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard that angle before. When it's international duty, you know you're with rivals. You know what I mean? You got Spurs players playing with Arsenal, but I've never really deeped it like that. I don't want to stand up with my rivals. Like, I've never, you get me? Yeah, I like that. I like that. I don't think we should play one striker, but Arteta won't. You're absolutely right. 4-0 down. I'm an advocate for changing the formation as well, but I just know that he won't do it. I even want the smallest of change. When I was on yesterday with Carl, big up Gun Down UK, top fella, very knowledgeable on Arsenal, approaching the 300 mark as well. So make sure you go and show some love to Carl. And also Shane Guna, my very first guest. It was a pleasure. Obviously, he messaged me to come on the platform. So if any of you want to have it under the lens, basically your show on my platform, we speak about whatever you want to speak about. Then follow me on Twitter, Viewz on Sport. I'm on Instagram, Viewz on Sport. I'm on TikTok, Viewz on Sport. You can also leave a comment under any video and we'll make it happen. I'm not one of those people that, oh, if you're not big, I don't want to work with you. Shane's just started on YouTube. If you're a sound guy, then we get some work done. It's as simple as that, you know. So, excuse me. Definitely going to have lots more under the lenses. Watch out, because we've got one tonight with Luca Talks Ball. He supports Arsenal and MK Dons. I'm pretty sure most of you would have seen him already. That's at 6 o'clock tonight, so keep an eye out for that. And then we've got 2 under the lenses tomorrow. We have Tops, T Chanzo Sports. You might have seen him doing a lot of watch-alongs and that recently. Couple lives with Lee Gunner and the boys. He's on Friday at 4 o'clock. And then 3 hours after that, we got Mike's, the West Ham fan, GVO Mike's. Make sure you go and show him some love as well. He's going to be on at 7 p.m. Friday. And then I've got other people in the wings that are probably going to come next week. So make sure that you're going to check that out. Show some love on those videos. Drop a like. And yeah, big up, love for the love. But yeah, you're absolutely right, bro. I don't think he will change it. I think he's very stubborn in that way. And it really does piss me off. You know, like I was saying, even just from the free, the line of three, just make it a double pivot again and one in front, like, a 4-2-3-1 or whatever it is. Like, that's not even so much of a big change. But is he going to do it? No, he's not. No, he's not. So you're absolutely right. Big up 4-0 down. Big up Ross, Gary Elliott. You know how we do it over here, bro. Gary Elliott, bro. Twinkle toes, you know what I'm saying? And no real substance, bro. No real substance. Give me a sec. I'm gonna try and get back up. This thing is having an absolute mare today. My apologies. Big up Ross. Go to America and see how many rival fans are spread out all over the arena, stadiums, constant fights in the American football. What really problem is too much alcohol and people running their mouth. It's the same in the UK. I mean, there's not so many fights on the stands, but you do get it, and you do get fights in the concourse as well. When I was at the Emirates, when the out days, there was people throwing punches. Even in the Arteta days, with the whole Arteta in, Arteta out, there's people squaring each other up, bro, like fans of the same club. So yeah, very wild, very wild. Big up Ross. Nathan saying 4, don't know what that's from. Born in Essex, both parents are English, by the way. I've never got it. I've got some stick for it, but I couldn't give a fuck. You've got stick for being English. That's a bit weird. I was wearing a snide Netherlands shirt in Euro 96. Yeah, bro. Big yourself up. I agree. I like that too, Nathan. Fair play, fair play. Let me try and go up a little bit more because I feel like I'm missing some of this bloody. But like I said, Streamlabs is on one today, guys. So I do apologize. Right, here's the bar. Come on, go up, you bastard. Go up, go up, go up. It's not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Subscribe from the time you put in the group chat. Yeah, big up, man. Big up, big up, big up. So I'll definitely make sure that I'm subscribed to everyone who is subscribed back. That's the one thing I can say. A lot of people don't subscribe back, but I subscribe back, man. It's free. It don't cost me nothing. You know what I mean? Love for the love and all of that. Do apologize if I've missed a couple comments, but it just won't let me scroll up again for some reason. Keeps bringing up the dictionary. I do apologize about that. We've got some new comments though. Nathan saying to Ross, I've never got that. Americans just sitting next to each other in their jerseys. Absolute wrong ones. But I don't know. I mean, with America, is it different? I mean, obviously in the UK, the fans are separated in the ground, isn't it? You sit in different sections. Like I said, I've never been to America, never been to an American sports event. I don't know how it goes, so you're gonna have to educate me, my guy. Big up 4-0 down again. Even if we played Moreno up front and Trossard just off him, they could at least help each other and build confidence together. Yeah, possibly. You know what it is with Moreno though, bro? Obviously, I think he's very good at headers, and I think that's what he would offer us in that game. It's just everything else. I don't think he's got the strength to kind of trouble their defenders. He definitely ain't got the pace, you know. So for me, I think I'd bring Moreno on, similar to what Arteta did against Leicester. I'd start off with the shorter strikers, the younger strikers, the strikers with pace, and try and wear down their defense, stretch the game a little bit, then slap Moreno on for like half an hour, slap all those crosses into the box and hope and pray. That would be what I do. Being English and not supporting the national. Oh, fair play. Yeah. Okay, I can understand that. Bro. But you know what it is, yeah? Like, I ain't even got one English piece of blood in my body. Obviously, I was born here. I was born in the Royal Free. Yeah, Northwest London. I've been here all my life. I only taught English. My parents were both born here as well. You know? But I ain't got no English in my body, but that didn't mean that I don't support England, bro. I was supporting England more than Italy. I've not even been to Italy yet. My family, my Italian family is Sicilian. I've never been over there yet. But I've also heard that it's racist over there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they don't really like the black people. So for someone who's half black, even though I could probably go over there and pass quite easily, I don't like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I don't like that kind of stuff. But like I said, I've never been to, you know, having to sit there with but I still support England. But nowadays, I know I'm kind of going all over the place. Nowadays, I don't even like international football, bro. I think it's shit. I think it's boring. I want to see my Arsenal win. Yeah, I don't want to see Saka playing 90 minutes, Deckers playing 90 minutes for England on some piss poor game that means nothing, and then coming back busted for Arsenal. It's just not entertaining anymore. And then when I watch Arsenal, I'm like, am I watching international football? Because it's just not entertaining anymore. Like, I want my Arsenal back, people, innit? I don't know what you lot are saying, but I want my Arsenal back. Bigger Evo said, nah, Viewz fans all spread out all over it. Wow. So in the arena, you could literally be sitting next to a rival, like the team that you're playing. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there must be fights near enough every game then, man. In America. Yeah, that is crazy, my bro. Is that honestly what it is? Like, you can literally sit next to like an away fan, like so Arsenal and Tottenham fans would just be sitting next to each other. That is wild, bro. You know, I know America's wild as it is, man. You get me? I know America's wild as it is. I know a few people from Florida. They tell me, bro, if you think it's wild in London, bro, it is wild in Florida, bro. You can't even go to a bar without people being strapped up and all that. You get me? Obviously, there's loads of straps over here, but it's not the same, and it's not the same. I'm seeing a man going into a newsagent into the convenience store with a fucking alligator on a lead. Like, that's somewhere that I need to go, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's wild, bro. That's somewhere I need to go. But anyway, big up Nathan. Why do I want Teddy fucking sharing them to achieve anything? Fair play, man. Do you know what? I've never even thought of it like that. Obviously, when it's international, you kind of just you all link up, innit? You're playing for the England team. I've never ever thought of it like that ever. So, and I'm not saying that's wrong. It's not a wrong thought. I'm saying I quite like it. Like, yeah, I've never. And then E Ross said, "Hold on, hold my beer." In America, they sit everyone together. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. Yeah, big up, man. A lot of Scousers share the same sentiment. Oh, what about England? Okay. Fair play. 4-0 down, bro. He doesn't. But it's one thing not being good enough and another not being good enough and playing in a position where you're alone and isolated more time, if that makes sense. No, it does make sense. And he's meant to be the guy that we build a platform off of. Like, he's trying to use him like Kai Havertz, innit? And I have seen Marino do it. Martin Odegaard's goal against PSV. When the ball came over the top, it was Moreno that chested it down, made the platform, controlled the ball, passed it off to Ethan. Ethan, who then went at his player, drived it across the middle. The goalkeeper pushed it right in front of Odegaard. Odegaard to tap the ball in. So that's exactly what you want to be seeing from Moreno. But I just think that he's kind of, and I don't blame Moreno, he's not a striker, but he's been found out, like playing him right from the start against low blocks and against. I'll be very surprised, especially at the Emirates, if Real Madrid don't come on low block. I'm saying that as well. For as much as everyone bigs them up about their attacking and all that, if they come to the Emirates and don't low block, I'll be very surprised. They are going to attack us, of course. Like, they are going to be confident of putting us away. Absolutely. But if you think that they ain't going to low block as well, they are. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just think when Moreno starts against teams like that, and you're right though, 4-0, you're right. He does get isolated a lot as well. But then a lot of the time he's out of position as well. It gets on my nerves. Like, and Havertz done the same thing. Like, you're 6 foot plus, you're meant to be good at headers. We've put you on. There's a million crosses coming in, and you're nowhere to be seen. I used to get upset with Havertz for that as well. Really upset. Like, what the fuck, man? Arteta's literally on the sideline the whole time. You can't tell them, stay in your position. Like, he's always doing Pilates, landing planes. But when you look at the team on the pitch, it doesn't look like they're listening to him or changing in accordance to what he's saying. Like, the system, he wants everyone to be very rigid in the system. That's why I feel like if we get a world-class striker or world-class wingers full of flair, they're going to get shackled. They're going to get shackled, in my humble opinion. But yeah, look, we've been over an hour. Obviously, I'm going to be back in 5 hours' time with Luca Talks Ball for another Under the Lens. So make sure you all come and lock in for that one. Please hit the likes on the way in or way out. Leave a comment, helps with the algorithm. And let me know, guys. There's a few of you in the building. 8. Before I get out of here, I don't think I got anyone's answers for the Saka question, because it seems like the club was rushing him back. Arteta's 100% going to play him. If the medical team sign him off and he's sitting on that bench, 100% Arteta's going to use this guy. So I want to know from other Arsenal fans, because Dan Potts was saying, boy, you know, if we played Saka but he won us the Champions League, would you take that, or would you, or like leave Saka out? We don't win the Champions League, but he's ready to go next season, fresh, fit, no problems. So that's another question that I want to ask you guys. So, but you know what I mean? So first and foremost, would, if Saka's on the bench or the medical team say he could feature, would you feature him? That's what I want to know before I get out of here. And also, would you take that if Saka won us the Champions League but definitely got injured and was out for another long period of time? Would you take that? Or would you want Saka to be fresh and fit for the next season? Just before I go, please type it in for me. Let me know, gang. 6 of you in the building. Let me know, gang. Eros is saying, don't play Saka. Big up Gary. Don't waste the tweet. My brother, make sure you all go and subscribe to Gary. Hit me up as well if you want under the lens, my bro. Obviously, haven't done any work yet, so hit the likes and subscribe. Don't play Saka. Fair play. I don't watch basketball, American football, baseball, etc. in America. I'm a hairline away from not watching regular football like that. Yeah, it's about money. Yeah. Like the whole sporting aspect of it is kind of gone, in it. It's all about money. 0 consequences for finishing bottom of said league in American sports. I don't get it at all. Yeah, because there's no promotion or relegation, is there? That's why for them, when people say about the Cronkies and they've got some of their franchises are one and done, it don't really matter because they're not going to get promoted or relegated. They're still going to play the same teams every year. They've got a little something on their resume to say that they've won it. Like, it's a bit different, innit? Do you know what I mean? It is a bit different in that regard. Again, man said 100% views. I can't get above this for some reason. Proper annoying. But yeah, big up Gary. Make sure you're all hitting the like and subscribe. Eros is saying don't play Saka. 4-0 saying nah, I wouldn't play him if that's your question. That's my question. I mean, because look, at the end of the day, a lot of Arsenal fans are desperate. You know, a lot of Arsenal fans are desperate. Mikel Arteta should be desperate to win something to keep his job, but he knows he ain't going to lose his job. But any other manager will probably have them thoughts in their head, innit? And we know his track record with bringing players, rushing them back when they're not ready. We know his track record. So if the medical team say, oh yeah, look, Saka's kicking the ball and Saka can be on the bench, Arteta's going to slap him on the bench. We might even fucking start the guy. Do you know what I mean? And me personally, I don't want to see him again this season. If he is kicking ball, make him do separate training. If he does want to have a little bit more of a step up, make him play reserves or under 21s or whatever. I don't want to see that guy kick a ball for Arsenal this season, but he's going to. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. But big up 4-0. That is my question, bro. Like, the first one is obviously if he gets cleared to play, would you play him? And then secondly, going a little bit further, one step further, not just would you play him, but if you was put in that conundrum, so you're either guaranteed to win the Champions League if you play Saka, but he will get injured again, probably be for another 6 months, or would you just not play him, take your chances in the Champions League and get Saka back fresh next season? I know what I would do. You know what I mean? Big up 4-0 again says you can use him, but not on a 90-minute thing until he's fully fit. Yeah. But then even that, you know, for me, I'd see more sense to bringing him on in a couple of minutes, maybe against Fulham or Everton, who's probably going to play a low block, rather than a high pace, you know, high intensity, big important Champions League game. But then 4-0, I see that comment there, isn't intense as the Prem. I understand that. But when teams come and play us, unless you're Newcastle, who's looking to dog walk us or just bully us off the ball, most teams come and play low block, right? We've just played Fulham and Everton not long ago. Low block. They weren't even trying to score. You know what I mean? So for me, those are the kind of games I'd bring him on for a little 10, 15 minute. But for me, I probably wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't even do it. And I know what Arteta's like. And this is the situation that the whole club has put us in. People are that desperate. They're questioning whether they'd risk Saka. Someone says to me, "Are you Arteta out?" I said, "Yes." They said to me, "If by some miracle this guy won the Champions League this year, are you Arteta out?" I said, "No." I still don't think he's a good enough manager for Arsenal. But if he wins that Champions League this year, of all years, then you can build the guy a statue. I don't even care. I've always said it. Give me a reason to want to keep you here. When I see you chatting rubbish, when I see you just embarrassing the Arsenal fans talking about community shields, when I see you running out of interviews, when I see you doing like for like changes in games that we need to score a goal, when I see you in transfer windows just buying defender after goalkeeper after defender after rubbish player, just wasting money after. When I see all of that, then I'm starting to question things, bro. When I see that my team from 2022-23 has gotten worse in how we play, just worse and worse and worse, of course I'm gonna have things to say. You're making us bad. You are. I don't care what you done last year or the year before that. That's not what football's about. It's what have you done for me lately? And what are you doing for me this year? You're fucking up, bruv. Oh, but you're still second. Who cares? We don't get nothing for second. I was saying, January is an emergency window. This is an emergency, bruv. It is. Go out and get some fucking bodies, and then I might have a bit more confidence. But now I don't have no confidence, guys. I feel like we're in the top 4 race. We have been. Even from before January, maybe we could have gone on for second or challenged Liverpool a little bit more if we would have got some bodies through. But we didn't. Negligence on the team. I blame Arsenal. I blame the whole club. Arteta, Kroenke, whoever neglected our players and never got them no help, I blame them. Could be another freak of nature like Ron and Lionel. Who are we talking about, bro? Saka? Big up for Neil Facts. If it was up to me, he wouldn't come back till pre-season. Yeah. We ain't even getting Havertz back till pre-season. Like, just leave them, bro. What you should have done is went and got a few players, because that's what we needed. We was in an emergency. We started the league with a small squad, 19, 6 players short. We've been playing shit all season. We've had red cards. We've had injuries. I'm not using any of them as an excuse. That's not an excuse. That's part of the game. You should have been prepared, but you weren't, because you came in with 19 players. Do you see what I'm saying? Sorry, I was typing as she was speaking. So it looks like I'm low-key flip-flopping. No, not at all. I mean, listen, it's a valid question, guys, isn't it? Because this is the desperation that the club has left us in. You know, Saka might be fit, kicking the ball, and we're like, oh, maybe we should play him, when we all know we shouldn't play. But we're that desperate. And that's only on the club. None of us are to blame. The club are to blame. Oh, you can't blame Arteta. Of course you can. He's got power. Very much so. You can see he's itching to get back, Starboy. Yeah, he is. But you have to protect the players. Just like a boxer that's going to go out on his shield, getting punched in the face. He's knocked out. He's not even defending himself. And then the corner throws in the towel. Protect your fucking fighter, bro. Sometimes you got to do it. Because there is fighters that it don't matter if they lose all the brain cells in their head. They're going to go out on their shield. Because that's what they think a real fighter does. Even if there's Sparko. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Saka might even be saying, oh, it's Real Madrid. I want to play. I don't care, bruv. Do you not see that big long scar down his leg? It's not a game, bruv. It's not a game. So small, and it's only a risk as well, because he might come on and not even do anything. People seem to forget, because he's been out for so long, that even when he was in the team, we were still struggling. But you got to protect your players, man. You really do. I've seen people comparing his injury to Michael Owen. Absolutely hilarious. Sports science has come on level since the mid-90s. Also, Michael Owen didn't actually have surgery. But I didn't know that Michael Owen didn't have surgery. And I do know that sports science has come on a long way. But let's be honest, with the way that we play, the way that our training ground's set up, the way that we're always getting injuries, the system that Arteta plays, the amount of running that he wants. Listen, his hamstring can pop again at any moment. Any moment. And it's just that, bro. I feel like, do you not care about him? You're calling him my star boy with a heart, but do you not care about his fitness, bro? Do you not care about his career? Because he's 23 years old, bro. I care about his career. I don't want him to be fucking Wayne Rooney, 27 and retiring, bro. Going bald in that. Because Arteta's running him through the fucking ground, bro. But yeah, big yourself up. Oli looks fine. Kane looks fine. Exactly the same injury. And those are a couple of top of my head. Elise, I mean, no, what was he? The ACR? I don't even know what he had. Fernando Torres, but they weren't the same players. But then again, we don't know if they had surgery. As you said, sports science has come on a bit, but they haven't got the miracle cure for cancer, bro. Like this ain't something you just say, oh, it's minor. That was the mid-90s. Definitely not. I don't agree with that. And I wouldn't play him because I care about him. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't want him to fuck up his career. I actually want him to be here and win stuff with us, not being some, used to be player, can barely put anything together no more because his legs fucked. We got Eros with or without Saka, Madrid or go. That's what I'm saying, bro. People seem to forget that. We had Odegaard, we had all of our players, bro. 13 games into the season, we're 9 points behind Liverpool. Like, give it a rest. We've never been first, not once this season, and people think it's a title race. Who are we racing? I don't know. Man United have been the first one day this season. We've not even had that. What kind of title race is this, bro? This is anyway. They said that in 06, bear in mind, Senderos was CB, Flamini at left back, Galacticos, bro. But them man there, yeah. Flamini was actually a hard-working player. Senderos was actually half decent. Senderos is better than Kivio. What are you talking about? Flamini at left back's better than Zinchenko or Kivio, even better than Calafiori. This is what I'm trying to say. You lot say, look where we've come from, like it was really that bad, and it really weren't. That's why you know Arteta of Nazareth. You're acting like he's Jesus, bro. Look where he brought us from. 8th, 5th. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. I like Saka more than I like Arteta, so I'd rather let man chill till bro. Listen, I can understand. Whereas, listen, that's what I'm asking you guys because I want to just see the context. I know me, I wouldn't want to play this guy, but I can understand the desperation. I'm not saying that I don't understand why we'd be thinking about playing him. Even Odegaard, you're not the same player without Saka, which is disgusting. You're our captain. I've never seen a captain get hooked, stinker and hooked as much as Odegaard. And then I've had people on streams talking about, oh, he needs Saka to play with him to get the best out of him. What is he, a toddler, bro? He needs a mentor or something. Did Saka need Odegaard when Odegaard was out? No, he didn't. And this is meant to be our captain. 240k a week. Like there's something that's not right at this club, bro. And I'm starting to feel like we ain't got no pull. Arteta probably can't even manage or coach a world-class player. Look at our club back then compared to now, Nathan. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. It's different, bro. You might not have rated some of those players, yeah? Fucking Andre Santos and fucking Nacho Monreal and them lot. But they're much better than the left-backs we got now, bro. What are you talking about? Miles Lewis-Skelly ain't even a left-back. How much money has this guy spent on defenders and goalkeepers, bro? And we ain't got a striker yet. And this is why. Big up Nathan. This is why, bro. And obviously, look, this is you. They're the famous words there, but I have faith. This is like a religion for man. So it's just blind faith. Just follow regardless. Listen, cool. We've had this argument before, but that's why, bro. It's like, where's the logic? That's why I'm not religious in any way, because my logic prevails a bit too much. And I'm looking at this like, what is this rubbish? You're trying to treat me like a slave. I don't need a book to tell me how to be a good person. I don't need a book to tell me you don't shit on your own doorstep, or you don't rob the elderly, or you don't mess with kids. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Like, but it's like a religion for some of these men. So once you understand that, then you know what I mean? It is what it is. Arteta running man into the ground for no reason, bro. We've seen Ethan take knocks. We've seen Sterling. He ain't even played half the time. He's been out. Martinelli, Havertz, Saka, Declan Rice playing through injury. Ben White playing through injury. That's why he weren't playing. That's why he was shit. Then he had to have the surgery. Like, it's ridiculous. Tommy Yasu will be back in a couple of weeks. The forgotten man. You see what I'm saying? Everyone seems to think everything's fixed. It really ain't, guys. It really ain't. But here we are. Here we are. We've got Madrid. I personally think this is our final. Even on the smallest chance that we go through, I think this is going to take it all out of us. Then we've either got Villa or PSG. I don't even know which. That's another question. Quickly, what out of those two teams, yeah, Villa or PSG? How PSG's playing now? That's not the same PSG we played. If you're an Arsenal fan and you think we're going to beat them again because we beat them earlier, give your head a wobble. Who would you rather play? Just hypothetically, before I get out of here, who would you rather play if we manage to get past this by some miracle? Because Villa's got a number as well, guys. Don't get it twisted. That ain't going to be an easy game. But if he doesn't play, then you'll moan that we would. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I thought, Rob Nathan, you've been here long enough to know better, bro. No, I wouldn't. Just like I wouldn't moan if we don't finish second this season and we drop out the top 4. I ain't gonna moan. I ain't gonna be happy, but I'm not gonna moan about it because you've made your bed. You've made your bed. The poorest summer that we've had, then a total negligent January. Totally negligent. Even Spurs got bodies in. No obligation. Like, totally negligent, bro. You've shat on your own floor and now you got to stay in that room, bro. Breakfast, lunch and dinner, sleep. You got to smell that shit the whole time. Coach your way out now, bro. You were so stubborn. I don't need this. I don't need that internal solution. So where are they then? And at the end of the day, bro, we're in the Champions League. How many years have we been in the Champions League about, oh, you will, bro? You, bro, don't get another timeout, bro. Like, you've been here long enough to know better. Why am I going to moan about it? Why am I going to moan about it? I don't think we're going to go through. I'm already expecting that. Why am I going to moan about it? I've just told you why I wouldn't want Saka to play. What the fuck is he going to do on his own anyway? All those months out of football. He's going to come back in and run the game. Come on, my bro. Be serious, bro. I'm definitely not going to moan about that. Whatever happens to Arsenal, Arsenal can hold that this season. Whatever happens to Arteta, hold that. You think I'm going to moan if we go out to Madrid? If anything, it's going to suit my narrative a little bit more, isn't it? Because I don't rate Arteta and I don't rate the club, the Cronkies and all that, and I don't rate what they've done. So if anything, if you start going out of everything, it's going to suit my narrative more, isn't it? So then you think I'm going to moan that Saka didn't play? I don't want him to play. You're rushing him back. You rushed back Jesus that time. He's never been the same since. I think you rushed back Martinelli. He had to get taken off the other day limping around. You rushed back Saka. He was limping for like a whole year. And you really think I'm going to moan if he don't play? I'm telling man, don't play him. What is he even going to do? Nah, bruv. No. He ain't going to take stick. If anyone's smart, bruv, this is what I'm trying to say. You, bro, I feel like this is just the wrong place for you, my guy. You don't understand what man's saying half the time. You just argue to argue. I think that's what happened with you and AFC as well. You just argue to argue, bro. On this Top Gooner parade, like you're going to come in and change people's minds over here. You're not. Definitely not going to change mine. And he ain't going to get sticky. The man can't win. Is that the same man that you want to go on a date with, my guy? Because I don't understand the love for a next man that, you know, blind faith, like you said, religion. Is he really that good looking? Any Arsenal fan with more than cotton wool between their ears will tell you that playing Saka is a bad idea. And it's only desperation that would make someone like a Dan Potts come out and say, oh, Jesus, man, you know, it makes me think about it. If I knew that he was going to get injured again badly, but he won us the Champions League, ooh, do you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, ooh, even I was thinking, fuck. Because we're only fans at the end of the day. These players get paid millions. But no, I'm like, no, because that would then just go against what I've been saying. Why fuck up this guy, 23? He's had the whole club on his shoulders ever since he broke through. Especially when Aubameyang left. The whole club on his shoulders, 23. You're going to run him into the ground, 12 years a slave. So no, he isn't going to get stick if he doesn't play him. And most Arsenal fans, if you've got any brain cells, then you'd know not to give the guy stick for not playing Saka. You can give him stick for not going to get a striker. You can give him stick for not buying anybody in January to help out these players. That's what you can give him stick for. You can give him stick for doing like-for-like subs when we need a goal. Yeah, how about that? You can give him stick for keep messing up our team playing party at right back and fucking up the whole way we play. That's what you can moan at him for. That's what he needs to get stick for. But not for keeping a player safe, bro. Absolutely not. Bro. I said only man that think we have a chance will moan. Like, they're not even giving me the optimism going into this game. If we got a striker in Jan, a couple of wingers, a midfielder, I'd have a little bit more confidence, because it's a game of football at the end of the day. Of course, there's a chance we could win it, but it's just not likely. It's like the lottery. Of course, there's a small chance you can win it, but you're putting your money down every week and you ain't winning nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's wild, my bro. Nathan, I wish I had your optimism. Yeah, even if Saka plays, who does he have to work with? Yep, Arsenal's personnel was not great as people think. No, it ain't. It's actually rubbish. And this is the team that he put together. So I don't want to hear that excuse like, oh, he's overachieving. This is his team. You can't overachieve with your own team. And if you're underachieving, then it's the same thing. This is your team. He's shit. Why is it not any better? Lokonga, Marquinhos, Nuntavage, Fabi Vieira. The amount of money that we've wasted, Ramsdale. Why do we even sell him? But there you go. But you know, Eros is right. The squad ain't as good as people think. Odegaard just spinning around like a Beyblade, bro. You know, why did Madrid let him go? And Arteta's playing him in the wrong position. He's at 8 at the end of the day. Yep, we got 4-0 down. Arteta is a criminal. And not playing Saka, I'm going to start moaning at that. If anything, I'll say, well done, Arteta. That's the fucking, you know, one good thing I've seen you do this season is look after one of your players, bro. He don't care. He's flogging them. They even if you're in one competition, yeah, the Premier League, you're playing every 3 days, bro. Most of the time, you're going to be knackered. We got 4-0 again. The amount of time I saw ESR and Nelson on the bench getting 0 minutes, bro. Absolutely 0. He didn't even like them. He didn't trust them. But these are the same players that we'd love to have back now, because we've literally got no options. And even I said it, don't get rid of them if you're not going to replace them. Of course, I want them gone, especially Nketiah. But don't get rid of them if there's going to be no fucking replacements. Go on to AFTV now. Watch that fucking show with Turkish and Robbie. And then just look at the ins and the outs of last summer. And tell me that makes sense. 0 minutes, just like Ethan and Skelly, just like Nathan Butler, Oyedeji. 0 minute. Why is he here, bro? The new mascot. He actually identifies as a striker, but you're not going to even give him a chance. But Arteta's the Messiah. He's an idiot, bro. He's an actual idiot, bro. Pragmatic, scared. That's Arteta for you, bro. More scared of losing than he's G'd up for winning. What's the point of team sports if you don't use your team? There you go. We got into the box. He will have Blanco and Odegaard around him, bro. Odegaard has fallen off an absolute cliff this season. It's been rubbish. Yeah. Holds on to the ball too long. That little shitty scoop pass over them. I'm sick and tired of it. He can't shoot in a condom. Maybe he'll play a little bit better with Saka, but then you're expecting Saka to do all that running. Like, what's the matter with you, Saka? Don't you rate sorry, Nathan, don't you rate Saka? Don't you care about man like that? Because I'm meant to be the toxic negative guy. You're meant to be the top gooner, so don't you care about your players? That's a question that I should be asking you, bruv. Into the box, you're not allowed pornography for profile pictures reported. Bro, you need to calm yourself down, Nathan, I think. I'm going to be really honest, mate. Because he hadn't had his best mate on the field. That's why, bro. Like, are you not listening to... How old are you, bro? I swear you said you was born in the 80s, innit? So you must be around my age. For a grown man to be talking like a toddler, bro. He ain't got his best mate on the... Like, what is this? Is this youth club? He ain't got his best mate on the pitch. And this is our captain. Like, you man, bro. That's why they got 100,000 Nathans on the waiting list. That's why we're never going to be listened to, innit? Sometimes I think you're just trolling, bro. It can't honestly be that bad. It can't, bro. It can't. Big up 4-0 down. He was saying Villa, I can't lie. So you'd rather face Villa than the PSG? I'm not sure at this point. Before I go, because I'm going to go in a minute, because we are coming on for 2 hours now. Only one person has answered that question. 6 people in here. If, like Nathan seems to think, we're going to go through against Real Madrid, who would you rather face in the next round? I said, I'm dead. Bro, let me just show you that comment again, bro, because he hasn't had his best mate on the field. Bro, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to do a Curtis Shaw move and let you reflect on what you said. You told me you had the time of your life, like it's Dirty Dancing under Arteta. That is definitely a 3-minute fucking think about what you're saying. Like, how dare you? And then you're saying stuff like that, bro. That's very up there. That's very up there, Nathan. That's very up there, Nathan. Because his best mate ain't on. That is up there, bro. I'm this close from holding you on to get me. Think about your actions, naughty step sort of thing. Big up Box Gunner or BX. Sorry, I keep saying Box because of abs. But big up BX, man. Hope you're well today, my guy. Thank you for passing through. Big up Nathan again. Martin Odegaard plays 10 times better with Benny and Bukayo on the field. No, he does. You're absolutely right. But that's not the point. Our captain shouldn't need to have to hold other people's hands to play ball. And Ben White, and even in the few appearances that he's made since coming back from injury, he's not even looked any good. I'm watching him running back. People are scoring goals and Ben White's trying to catch up. Like, he's just come off of a knee surgery. But I'm pretty sure you'd probably want to slap him in the game as well, wouldn't it? Yeah, go on, Benny. Start overlapping, running up and down the pitch. Come on, my bro. No Arsenal captain. Did Vieira need his best mate on the pitch? Did Petit? Did Van Persie? Did Henry? Did Fabregas? What are we doing, bro? Had the time of my life. Dirty Dancing settings, bro. Big up E. Ross, bruv. Dirty Dancing settings. Man tried to tell me that about Arteta, fam. Am I bugging out? We had the most legendary manager in our history. Maybe Herbert Chapman aside. Wenger. And he was getting hounded out for doing much better than this guy, bro. A man said he had the time of his life, bro. You know, putting baby in the corner and that. But doing the run. Sorry, give me 1 minute. Give me. Oh, I didn't even want to see that, bro. Jesus Christ. Coughing up my lungs, bro. You know, Arteta Swayze in that. Hot potato, do the twist. Hot potato. Get the fuck out of it, bro. Oh. Nathan, my guy. I think, hey, bro, we need to be, hey, I think you're doing this on purpose, bro. I think we're gonna have to get you a show on YouTube, bro. Come on the platform, bro. Under the lens, bro. I need to look in your eyes, bro. You're welcome, man. You're welcome to come on, bro. I need to know what goes through that mind of yours. I do disagree with him being captain no show. Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying, Nathan. Every now and again, you show me that there might be more than cotton wool between the ears, my guy. And that's what I'm trying to rate. All right, cool. We can agree on a couple of things. Should never be the captain, purely because, like I said, you're absolutely right, though. He does perform better with Saka and White on the pitch. But big captain of Arsenal shouldn't need 2 players to hold his hand, bro. Even 1. Big captain of Arsenal. You see what I'm saying? Big captain of Arsenal being hooked and stinkered as much as he's meant to be our creative spark, right? Bare games we've needed creativity and goals. And he's getting hooked. And that's our captain. For me, there's only one captain at Arsenal, and his name's Magalhaes, bro. As Yard Man would say, Magalhaes. Because you know Yard people can't say nothing properly. Gabby Magalhaes, bro. That's our only captain. And then before I go, because I keep saying I'm gonna go and we keep going on, but I'm having some jokes still. What you think Gabriel's gonna go Saudi? That's another question I want to ask you guys. 9 people in the building. Make sure you're hitting the likes, leaving a comment, all that good stuff. Subscribe if you're new. It's free. And of course, I will subscribe back the moment I see the notification. Man says, stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Big up Box. I keep saying Box. BX, my bad. Big up 4-0 down. He's laughing. Yeah, no one puts Odegaard in the corner, bro. Oh, hey, madness, bro. It's been brilliant, honestly. Hey, bro, you're on. Hey, bro, maybe you're sniffing the glues, bro. You know them glues, bruv. Do you remember the lighter fluid that fills your lighter with all the different color things going around? Maybe, bro, the time of your life, bro. Under Arsene Wenger, we was getting compared to Barcelona, Wenger ball and all that, the most attractive team to play football in world football, next to Barcelona. We was actually winning things, titles, doubles, cups, FA Cups, challenging, invincible, whatever. 1-0 at the Bernabeu, 5-1 at San Siro. But you've had the time of your life under this Lego man, bro. Ay. Now, but big yourself up though, man. Big up, yeah, bro. If that gave me some joke, entertaining, yeah, for real, bro. For real. Obviously, when it gets a little bit out of hand, and you know, we got to check with the fire marshal that health and safety. When you start saying certain things, it might have to be a little, you know, go and reflect and think about your actions. But yeah, other than that, wild, my guy. Arteta has to beat Emery. I literally don't care, because not losing to the previous manager. Yeah, rule 101. But Emery's got his number, bro. How many times has Emery dunked on Arteta, bro? Even this season, they've taken points off of us when we should have beat them. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to catch up to Liverpool, should have beat them, but they're taking the usual suspects, bro. West Ham, Fulham, Newcastle, Aston Villa, alongside some others. Do you know what I'm saying? But the usual suspects, again, taking points off us. Oh, top gooners would say, you know, we haven't lost to a team in the top 6. So fucking what? We keep losing to these bozo teams, and that's what keeps fucking us up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, madness. Big up 4-0 down. I'd keep him. I'd rather lose Saliba. Do you know what? I 100% agree, bro. I 100% agree. And I've been watching him this season. Gabriel Mangales, bro. That is my captain right there. Oh, captain, my captain. Is that what I'm saying? And if I was going to get rid of any of them, bro, I'd get rid of Saliba. I know people are talking about Gabriel's bozo gene, but I think he's kind of ironed that out of his game. And when I look at Saliba, yes, you are very controlled. You're like the Rolls Royce. I hear that. But I don't like how you stand off defenders. You do that a bit too much. You know, sometimes you're caught out of position. Maybe your head's in Madrid. If that's the case, then there's no point in you being here, is there? Me personally, if I had a choice, one of them definitely got to go 100 million. For me, it would be Saliba. But let me know your thoughts on that, gang. Big up Static in the building, my bro. Hope you're well, man. Message me anyway. Definitely get you on the platform under the lens. He's saying 8 likes, like and subscribe. Yeah, man. Come on, people. It is free. Saying at 4, the thought of it makes me sick. Or what, losing any one of the... Yeah, no, it does me as well, bro. I'm not going to lie. Every time, like we build up the defense and we need a striker. We build up the attack like in Arsene Wenger's days, and our defense is shit. Why can no one just get it right? That's another question. Why can no one just bloody get it right, man? But big up Static, big up Nathan, big up Eros, tax-free. No, Arteta, if I was Gabby, I'd leave in a heartbeat. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. With these guys, if they sign new deals, especially after never winning nothing, then they've got a loser mentality, innit? Like, or they're just here for the peas. It's just work. They don't care about winning trophies, which is fair play, but that's my take on it, innit? If Berta comes in and Arteta's got the Bunsen burner put under his ass and told, listen, you better do something this year or you're gone, and they do something, then obviously it gives everyone a reason to stay, doesn't it? Because you can actually see. Because at the end of the day now, guys, Arsenal's not a place people come to win trophies, bro. It's not. We're like a stepping stone club. So until we change that, people like Saka, Saliba, Magalhaes, they should go, bro. If you're ambitious, go. Because what are you going to win here? That's why I wanted them to change it. Watching them Newcastle fucking players lifting that cup and doing all of that. Going to put the scarves down. All of the atmosphere and build up. That should have been us. But these men don't take it seriously. They all would have been winners then. Man like Gabriel, man like Saliba, man like Saka can all go into the world-class category, because I think they're just about there, but they ain't won nothing yet. So until they do, I can't put them there. But they all could have been there this year. Big up Static again. Views in response to a day or two ago. Yes, I can do a show. Message me on Instagram anytime. If you have, I'll check my. Yeah, no, I did. I think you said that there was another video for me to watch, and it's just about timings, bro. Probably be next week now, or even on the weekend. Like I said, I've got Luca later on tonight, so make sure you all tune into that. 6 p.m. Under the Lens with Luca Talks Ball. Then we've got Tops T Chanzo Sports. He's on tomorrow at 4. And then we've got GVO Mike's West Ham fan. He's on at 7 tomorrow. So we've got plenty of shows coming up. Stadiums are empty everywhere we go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yep. Big up Nathan. Okay, no worries. If Unai got one over on us in Champions League, I would emigrate. But why chat like? But it's all right in the Europa though, isn't it? Another competition that we ain't won. People want to try and talk down on it. Why aren't we going to win that? I'd much rather us be in Europa League right now, because we'd have a chance of winning it. All of this, let's get back to the champs. For what? We're not buying champs quality players. We're not doing everything we can to win the competition. People diss Unai Emery, man, but he's a much more accomplished manager than Arteta, and he's definitely got Arteta's number. More time, Unai Emery beats Arteta. More time. Always rated Nathan. Yeah, big up Curtis Shaw, man. He's one of my favourites still. I agree. Ambitious players should defo bounce. Yeah, bro. They don't have a long career. William Saliba came out himself. I don't consider myself world class. I haven't won anything yet. Then you think that's going to happen if you stay at Arsenal, playing in this system, you know, with a club that don't want to buy world class players, or all of a sudden they're always too expensive for us. What a load of rubbish. What a load of rubbish. You know, so if you're ambitious and you want to win in your career, bro, you've got to move. Everyone that's moved. Look at Chido, bro. His family needs money. Yeah, he wants to play. So I'm just going to get my charger for the laptop. My apologies. He wants to play, but there's no route to the first team. And this isn't new. Emil Smith Rowe, even though Saka and ESR saved man's job the year before, the year after that, these men are holding bench for time. These men are holding bench big time. Ben White done a perfect job. Came in as a centre-back, didn't work. Went on the right, perfect job. Timber comes in, Ben White, you're benched. Not to say that I don't rate Timber. And I do rate Blanco as well. I think Timber's better. But there's definitely room in the squad for Blanco. But I'm just saying, this is the kind of thing that Arteta does. So if you're ambitious and you want to do something in your career, all this project procedure, 2-3 more years. This guy's embarrassing. You came out and said we're on phase 4.5. We're on phase 4.25. Bro, what on earth? Arsenal. No, they ain't, bro. They ain't. They're prolific overachievers. I call them IKEA now. Forget IKEA. It's IKEA. Yeah, they just care about making money, which is cool. They're a business, but they're also a football club, and they seem to have forgot that. Yeah. And that's the reason why we're all here. That's the reason why anyone's tuning into YouTube. That's the reason why anyone watches Match of the Day. That's the reason why anyone's wearing a top, is for the football. But they want us to be proud that we've made record profits. We don't care. We're still missing a fucking striker. Like, what are we doing? Big up for them again. They'd like us to win the league. Win the league is not their priority. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. If we do it, great. But if we don't and we're just in the Champions League spots, then job done. And now we're seeing it. We're seeing it live. You got told to be excited back in 2019. You got told about these phases. We're buying Zinchenko and Jesus to up the level, get us in that bracket, get us out of Europa back into Champions League. All right, cool. You know, we're going to build our foundation and then sprinkle the gold dust on it. Well, here we are, bruv. And we're still waiting for the gold dust. We got back in the Champions League and everything's got worse. That should show you that that's all they cared about. But then you're going to have certain people that just swallow it up, bro. Swallow it up. I ain't even saying pause. Swallow it up. Big up Static 9 like, hey, big up, man. Big up, man. Big up the gang. Big up the gang. Man said we'll pop in when I get a minute. Come on, bro. I'd love to put a face to the name. And it'll be your show. I ain't going to interrupt you. I'd like to know your logic behind everything that you say. Do you get me? That's what it is, the top gooners. I want to know why. I mean, I think I more or less get it anyway. Like I said, with you, it's more like a religion, so I get it. But a lot of these things need to be backed up by logic, bro. So, but yeah, you're welcome to come on, man. Welcome to come on. Big up 4-0. Same for yourself, bro. You know what hurts me the most is I don't even need the best players in the world. Just at least give me balanced team and squad. Bro, that's what I was saying. At the end of last summer, right? And I'm talking about last year when we finished the season after we came second and Lego Man stood on the pitch and told us to be hurt. Yeah, second ain't enough. That's what he told us. That was just last year, Nathan. It weren't in no 2019 or not, no other excuse you want to come up with. Yeah, and I was hurt, and I saw the Premier League, and silly old me believed. Fucking hell, there's a chance here, but again, disappointment. But what I was saying at the end, this is my point. What I was saying at the end of that season is right now it's done. You keep talking about you want, you know, Premier League players and, you know, this, that, and the other, and potential and all this other shit. We know you're not going to go out and spend a load of money. So I was saying last year, go and get me Kudus, go and get me Isaac before his money went mad. This was before a ball was even kicked this year, so his price wasn't mad. Go and get me Elise. Go and get me Eze. I don't care if two of them are from Palace. Palace are not a big side. If we put down the money, we could have got them. All of those players are Premiership ready. They weren't world class at the time, but they would have massively improved our squad, massively, and they all could have built up to world class level. So can anyone disagree with those selections that I've just said? This was the end. This was before we'd even gone into summer. Get me Isaac, get me Kudus, get me Elise, get me Eze. Oh, but Kudus, he plays on the right. So fucking what? Give Saka some competition. And if you don't hold down the left, then he might go the right, he might go onto the left. But who cares? Give him some competition. Give him some chance to recuperate. Give him 20 half an hour minutes instead of playing the full 90. That's what competition is, and minute management. The same for Eze, who can play in the middle and that can play left wing. Isaac, gunman. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Elise, another winger, another guy who can play multiple positions. Are you telling me that those four players there, hold on, Isaac, Kudus, Elise, Eze, you're telling me them just four players, bro? They wouldn't have broke the bank. None of them were the valuation that they are now. And they all would have walked into our team and probably taken us across the line this season. But of course, no one listens to me. I'm just a little old fucking fan who chats shit on YouTube, whatever. You know, we must blindly follow. You keep going on about Sesko. Who on earth wants Sesko? Who on earth? And Sesko even turned us down. You think he wants to be back up to Kai Havertz, who ain't even a striker? People need to realize, yeah, the roses, they're starting to fucking die out. It's not as rosy as you think at the Arsenal. And we're very close to being all the way back in the mud. All the way back in the mud, innit? Very close. Big up 4-0. He's saying I'd be calm with them buys. I'm just saying, bro. All of them were Premiership ready. Even if you would have went last season and said, all right, no one's expecting us, but we're going to go and try and get Ollie Watkins now. Premiership ready. Even when they said Ollie Watkins in Jan, he's not someone that I even thought about. But when they said it, I looked at it, looked at his age, 29, nearly 30, should be in the prime of his career. He's got pace, he can finish, he got 19 goals the year before. He's Premier League ready. Go and get him then, fuck it. But no, 60 million is too much. But yet you're going to be paying 60 to 75 million for Sesko. Oh, but he's 21. I don't give a shit. We're not good at selling players on anyway. But once Arteta, kind of like, you know, I wanted to say kind of like Nathan, once Arteta gets something in his head, bro, that's it. Stubborn as anything, bro. Acting like a simp. Only want Sesko. What for? You really think this guy's going to come and set the Premier League alight? Really? He should have been, yep. And that's the sword he's going to die on if he ain't died on it already. Definitely should have been sacked. 65 million and 280. And then just before that, we're getting told, no, we're not going to take Isaac from Sociedad because we've got Eddie Nketiah. Like, what the fuck is the matter with this club? We haven't had football people like this club since David Dean left, bro. Can we stop getting lawyers and PR merchants and politicians? And can we get some football people for once? Fucking hell. But yeah, big up 4-0. That, bruv, that was an atrocious transfer. Atrocious. And it will continue to be one, in my opinion. Set us back massively. Yep. Bring me Cliver and Buemo. Yep. What's his name? I can't even say it. Reindeer. I can't even say it. Bro, Semenyo, Hudson-Odoi, Alanga. Like, what are we doing? Aina. The Lap. Like, what are we doing? Honestly, all of these players, bro. Cunha. There's literally a player in near enough every team in the league, maybe barring Southampton. And maybe Leicester. But there's literally a player from every team in the league that I'd take that will come and do better than the players that we've got at our club. But our front line, you think any other Premier League is going to take those? Probably the worst front line in the top 10. Just being honest, man. But yeah, Cliver on bits. Hudson-Odoi, Alanga. There's so many players, bro. Morgan Rogers. Big up Static Views. I got to go. I'm losing Wi-Fi signal. Yeah. Big up, man. Listen, it's been 2 hours now. I'm gonna go myself. I keep saying it. I've ended up being on like a whole next hour than what I was planning to do anyway. And I've got to be on in a couple of hours with Luca anyway. So big up all the guys. In what world can you not find a player in a world where there is million, bro? Especially in that January when Turkey said it was delicious. He weren't joking, bro. Kvaratskhelia. Even when you go onto AFTV, Turkey said Kvaratskhelia and Robbie's trying to talk it down. Are you an absolute dickhead, bro? Oh, no. It was more. It was more than 65. No, it wasn't. It was 60 to 65 million. Why is Kvaratskhelia not playing for the Arsenal right now? Because these men are some dickheads, bro. That's why. They don't want world-class players. That's what I think. Man was talking about Asensio. Oh, he played at Madrid. He played at PSG. He come back. And I'm saying, yeah, I even agree. Why weren't we in for Asensio? But then don't try and talk down Kvaratskhelia, bro. Oh, no. Like, you top gooner, bruv. Honestly, the Lyle brothers make me sick, bro. They honestly do, bruv. Hate talking. I mean, I hate that even Turkish is on that channel, if I'm going to be honest. But I saw Turkish, I pressed the thing, then I realized it's fucking AFTV. But I thought, all right, cool. Turkish going to slap it all over Robbie. And he was. But Robbie's trying to come back like, players need time. You know, Moreno I didn't think was that bad. You know, you watched him once in the Euros. The same for Calafiori. These guys are actually clowns, bro. And you're trying to talk down Kvaratskhelia. And you're trying to say that Moreno and Calafiori are half decent. Like, I know I'm smoking, bro, but am I going mad? Is it me? But there you go, gang, man. It's been a great show today. Big up everyone that did pass through. Big up 4-0 down. BX, Statics. Big up Nathan. We've had Godfrey in the building. We haven't actually had AFC today. You see, Nathan, you're making people not turn up and shit, bro. We had BBK, we had Tony Claw Gunner in the building. Probably more. But big up everyone, man. Been a good show. Like I said, we will be back later with Luca Talks Ball. He's under the lens, getting his Arsenal and MK Don's views. Hold on. Did I read that one? I don't know if I did. Answer a question several minutes ago. If Arsenal by some miracle get past Real Madrid, I want PSG. I did ask everyone that, yeah. Arsenal cannot face Aston Villa. Arsenal, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, look, I think I'd rather PSG as well. However, I'm not going to be so naive as to think that that's the same PSG that we beat earlier in the season. No, it is not. But I have said that Emery's got Arteta's number, 100%. 100%. Took points off us this year, took points off us last year. Like, yeah, fuck that. So I'm definitely with that, my bro. But yeah, man, like I said, big up everyone that passed through. Sorry, that made me crease up. You want these ballers, these world-class ballers Arsenal deserve, then quote them players. But do you know why? This is what I'm trying to say. You man, yeah, it's like, how old are you, Nathan, bro? It's like I'm talking to a child. Can you not understand where context comes into it? I'm saying those players because I know my team isn't going to go out and do what they need to go and do. This is where we're at. We have to look at those shitty kind of players or players that could potentially be world-class because my club never go out and buy world-class players. Like, why do you even write this stuff, bro? Honestly. Am I going mad? And what is the actual matter with you, bruv? Yes, we do need world-class players, but has Arsenal got a history of going to do that, bro? Do we go out and buy Mbappe? Do we go out and buy Haaland? Huh? Do we go out and buy Isaac when they're at the Sociedads before they fucking become a world-class player? Or you can see that they've got all the potential in the world. They're going to be world-class. Do we go out and get them in their prime? No, we don't. We ain't even 750 million spent, and we don't even have a world-class player right now at the club. And you've got the cheek to write that. That made you laugh, bro. What is going on between those ears of yours, bro? What is going on between those ears of yours? When has Arsenal ever bought world-class players? Can you not see the point that I was trying to make? Isaac was a risk at a time. No, he fucking wasn't. No, he wasn't. Neither was Haaland. And it doesn't matter if they're a risk. Everything's a risk. So why can't we risk it and pay money for good players, world-class players, potential players, instead of nearly rans or reject players like your favourite 29? Bro, honestly, sometimes, man, you say one or two good things and then you just spoil it, bro. You honestly do, bro. You honestly spoil it, bro. You honestly spoil it, bro. You honestly spoil it, bro. Honestly. You're probably going to say what you'd rather Sesko over Gyökeres. You're that guy, innit? Whatever the club says, you're that guy. Do you not have a mind of your own about Isaac scored 32 in 5? How is that a fucking risk, bro? Oh no, but we're not going to take Isaac because we've got Eddie and Ketia. Are you sniffing glue, bro? I think this is the reason why we're here. We need to have this. You provide the entertainment, bro. Honestly, you really do, bro. You really do. There's 4 more people on top of Nathan in here, bro. Can anyone else understand what I was saying? You think I wouldn't want Rodrigo or Mbappe or Vinicius at my club? You think I wouldn't want a fucking Isaac or a Haaland at my club? I was saying to get Isaac before he'd even gotten the 150 million price tag. Like, what are you talking about? I know my team. Just like I'm saying now we need a gunman. I know my team, we're probably going to end up with Sesko. I know my club. But you've got the cheek to write that. That made you laugh, did it? Like, take your head out your bottom, bruv. We got 4-0 down. Bro, like, come on, man. Come on, man. That's not levels. So Isaac's not levels, no. Gyökeres is not levels, no. Who's levels, bruv? You tell me who's levels. Sesko? That's not levels. I think this is where Robbie finds all the people to go on AFTV. We need to get you. I'm going to petition. If I ever speak to that guy, he's probably never going to like me because I'm always cussing him anyway. But if I ever speak to anyone there, I'm going to see if I can bring you in. Because you need to, because that's the Top Gooners channel. And that's a perfect place for you, my guy. Just listening to whatever they say. Oh, like, why are you going to listen to that? They were trying to tell me Isaac's too injury prone. Even I was saying that. At the end of the day, when has that stopped us before? Is he not a gunman? Is Gyökeres not a gunman? Is Osimhen not a gunman? But there's always excuses. There's always excuses. Always. They took the risk and it paid off. So you're basically contradicting yourself. You think that any transfer is not a risk. Look at Andrei Shevchenko, bro, back in the day. Look at Shevchenko, the Ukrainian, killing it all. You international World Cups, Syria, come to the Premier League and couldn't shoot in a condom. We understand that football is a risk. Everything is a risk. But why are we never risking it for the toppest of top? You lower the risk when you get top quality players, bro. If you get someone that's #1 in their field or in the top 5 in their field, some people are still not rating Osimhen. But when you talk about the top strikers in the world, Osimhen's name is there, bro. If you get Osimhen, you can expect goals. If you get Haaland, you can expect goals. You get Salah, goals. Mamouche, goals. This is what you pay for. But no, let us keep taking risks on old guys and rejects and injury prone players and the second and third best. Just like Sociedad, they've got Zubamendi, they've got a couple of other people, and we rock up and try and take Moreno, who's probably the worst midfielder there. You know, we're going out. It was 40 odd million for Calafiori. When has an Italian defender done well in the Premier League, bro? Don't know what he was doing for Sweden at the time, brother. You can say all of that, bro. You can say all of that, but look at it. Look at it. Are you going to try and tell me Gyökeres wouldn't do well in the Premier League as well? Or he's not proven? These are the best strikers in world football. Who's better than them? There ain't even an abundance of strikers. It's very dead for strikers. It's dead for world-class players. Let's be honest. There's loads of players that get put into categories that they shouldn't even be in. But football's moved on. It's dead. There's not an abundance of world-class strikers in the world. There's good strikers. There's strikers that would improve Arsenal. And then there's world-class strikers. Gyökeres, world-class striker. Haaland, world-class striker. Isak, world-class striker, bruv. 7 people in the building, and you're probably the only one who's going to tell me that he's not. But you're right. They took the risk and it paid off. That's what happens. But you take a risk and it don't pay off, and then you're starting to move all gun shy again. But then come out of this thing, go and find something else to do then. But that's not what football's about. Unfortunately, football is FIFA. Galacticos, Barcelona, MS, Messi, Suarez, Neymar, all that kind of shit. Bayern Munich, top players all over the pitch. That's what it's like. And if you want to stay winning, you got to keep spending. That's it. So here's how I'm going to end today. Arsenal, at your wage. If you don't want to spend no money, then bring your fucking tickets down. Stop bringing out all the merch. Chop half price on everything. And be a bit realistic about what the ambitions of this club are, and be honest with the fans. And if you're not going to do that, then stop acting like we're some big boy club, because you're not acting your wage, are you? You're not acting your wage, bro. Why are we never in for these players? Why? Mbappe having a bad time at Madrid. Why are we not trying to get him at the... Oh, we can't get Mbappe. Why? You take risk on quality, not stats. All these field tilt man, all these G&A guys, have you not got any eyes? Are you all Stevie Wonder? Do you understand what I'm saying? It makes no sense. And if someone's a fucking top name in football, then your risk that you're taking is obviously less, isn't it? Because they're a top name in football. But anyway, man, look, like and share. I'm actually going to get out of here now, well over 2 hours. Let me get out of here. Going to be back at 6 p.m, people. Big up all the people that came in and kept it lit. Definitely enjoyed having a chat this afternoon. And we will be back at 6 p.m. with Luca Talks Ball. So, like I said, like, share, subscribe. Come back at 6. Back again soon, guys.